happen.
So you're 10, yeah.
Hey, listen. No, but if I ever order Uber Eats, I'll always give the guy a little bit more, right?
Yeah,
so I'll tip that. Yeah, and he comes up, he delivers it to me.
Condo too. He's coming up
the elevator and everything along those lines. But if I'm going to a burrito spot or anything like that, I don't understand why you're just doing your job. You don't get. You're not serving me.
I'm not tipping.
Yeah,
I'm picking up. If I'm sitting down, I'm tipping.
Different story. Yeah, exactly. So there you go. 10%. You gotta be happy with that.
Boys, you tipping on the pickup or you're only tipping on the sit down? If you're picking up food, he's not tipping. Katina Man's not tipping if he's picking up food. Neil, no. Pick up, no. I happen to agree with that.
Pick up, no.
I mean, what are they doing?
Bring it over here.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, welcome everybody.
I mean, it depends.
Just to finish it, like there could be, I don't know.
It depends on the circumstances. Like if you're going, I don't know, if I have like a $20 bill and I'm picking up a couple sandwiches, I'll give $2 or $3.
Yeah.
You know.
The other thing too.
The problem is taxes are 13%.
But sometimes if it's like a huge order or something like that, or like maybe they.
How much prepreration was?
Yeah, if there's like a ton of preparation, or maybe they did something really good for us, really nice, then maybe I would. Are
we going to Sataya?
Yes.
Amazon's going nuts.
So Pershing Square just came out with some news out here. So Pershing Square exec is reportedly saying they've taken a position in Amazon, noting that CEO Andy Jassy is doing an incredible job. So they're taking a position in Amazon. Back to you.
I'm also taking a position in Amazon then. I'm taking a position in Amazon right now. So I just went long Amazon right now, very, very small little position there, because why not? We'll see. We've seen stocks go up on this news before. I think it's probably now that we're just reporting it. I mean, the story was out a couple minutes ago, but that doesn't mean that it can't still go up. So you do get a FOMO buy like I just did. That's been going there. I'm just buying it just to hold on to this for a couple of seconds. Not much risk in here, but let's think about it. If this story wasn't there, it's probably at 204. So we do have some downside push possibly coming, 204.50 right there. That's maybe for that might be a level anyways right there, 204.50 for Amazon.
I have my 3-minute up here so you can see the 204. Yeah, the 204.5. The last time we were up here, support to resistance to. It had already dipped into that once. So shout out to you, Bill Ackman.
Yeah.
Big Bill Ackman is responsible for one of the most exciting moments, or half responsible for one of the most exciting moments on that other channel, CNBC. As everyone knows, it was him and Carl Icahn. But right now, I'm going to give it, I just put a stop underneath the $0.50. And if it consolidates here, I think it's worthy of an ad. There's a weird thing going, so, okay, we'll get to all the names you guys want to talk about, but I'm long Bitcoin and short MSTR, which seems weird, but it hasn't been weird most of the day. Because I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with MSTR, but it's been trending down the entire way. And I'm like, okay, well, if Bitcoin's at VWAP and loses the volume weighted average price, well, MSTR has been insanely weak anyways, so then that should give us a chance. So that's the look here. I understand, I don't know why. I'm sure there's a logical reason, maybe some kind of a hedge that people are talking about that could be causing it. But I feel as if we lose the volume weighted average price on Bitcoin and trend down, MSTR is a hold and vice versa.
Yeah, so here we go, man. Amazon is turning around a little bit on that. We're long at 205.5 right now. I don't know. It's definitely not going up the way I'd hoped it would on this kind of a move. So we're going to get stopped out. Oh, I didn't even put a stop. I changed the wrong stop. I put it out there for Apple. We're short Apple, which has been a good one up at these levels for sure. So 204.39 or so. Okay, here we come right back to the upside. There we go. We get a little bit of a, wrong stock again. Anyways, I'm short Apple. That was a good one. Okay, we're also long TQQ. That was a good one. All right, but Amazon right now is getting me going here. So we're long Amazon, maybe not a good one. Let's wait to see where Amazon goes right now. It is bouncing around, almost like this news is just hitting now, right? I mean, look at the way this level 2 is going here. We're long, we're in this name. It's so far so good here for us. Remember, our average price was 205, so we're just getting it out now in and around this price. We got a 205. Yeah, we punched the high, and then we got that little price near the low. So, all right, let's see what winds up happening here on Amazon, breaking of 204.50, and we're out. New news, Pershing Square out on that one. I heard the guys at the morning show talking a little bit about quantum. We're $2 in the money now on QBTS, same trade from the open, and we have about, now we have less, man. We have about but 5%, maybe a little bit less than that still on QBTS. But just a bunch of outs up here, man, at 19. It's having a big problem breaking 19, so I just keep on getting out of it in and around this level. The high of the day is 19.19 here on QBTS. So yeah, man, you're coming back with $2 there. We just put this trade on. It's funny because Joe was fighting the SQQ, and meanwhile, I didn't want to say it in the chat, but I was going long on the TQ. So I think we both wind up winning on that. But there it goes. Nice move to the upside right there as we just trying to play off VWAP. And then we found a little bit of a level there at 68.50. Actually, pretty lucky that we didn't break lower there. So we were close to getting stopped. But a nice move higher. And Amazon, the good thing we took the opportunity to get out there when it ripped back up. We actually have some profitable fills. Looks like we'll wind up down though on Amazon, especially if it keeps on going here. So let's see, man. Pershing Square taking a stake. Nice story there for AMZN. Up now 1.7%. Market trying to go a little bit as well. Apple on the sell side.
I feel like the thing that we're going against Amazon here is the triple top on the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 1, 2, 3. Oh, the other thing about this level is not random. This is exactly where we bounced to on the bond move yesterday. So when we made that crazy low at noon, or check that, this is the futures, this is like 1 something. We got to about 21.3 change. That's where we are right now. So you're running into a little bit of resistance where typically all day long when I say we, the market has been selling off that level. So I think that's going to be trouble. I did the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. 204.5. So when it dipped down into there, that's where the ad was. We found the level, but it can't get past 205, so take some out. IBIT might end up coming out through VWAP here. So IBIT, it's holding on. Bitcoin, I should say, and IBIT as well, holding on to VWAP, but it's starting to trend back into the downside. So yeah, you could see this break. There's been support underneath here at about 63, but that's a good 0.5% away for IBIT. We'll see. Like, obviously, it's going to be an MSTRs going down. And in the chat, like, if anybody does have a theory about MSTR's weakness relative to IBIT, like, I'm openly telling you, I'm not sure why it's so weak. But if somebody knows something, let us know. Like, I'm just speculating maybe there's some kind of a big hedge trade which is being engaged when it comes to MSTR. Just a guess.
All right, we're going to get ready to go over, who is it, Joe or Sharif? Oh, Sharif over there, okay. Yeah, so just real quick, man, we're getting out some tops on QBTS, we're getting out some more Apple right here, and we're going to wait for Amazon to wind up breaking. So Apple on the move, and then QBTS, I'm just going to hold. So it's TQs, it's Amazon, it's Apple. Those are really the only ones that are on my mind. We don't have very many shares left anywhere else. So yeah, BMY, let's go. What's going on with Bristol Myers? Bristol Myers. Let's go see what's going on. But it's a whole Eli, like, probably nothing. Oh, okay. It's a nice move up there. Wonder if they was some sort of a study there or something, but we'll wait to see if there's any news on Bristol Myers. Remember, XBI is my guy over here, so we'll wait to see if XBI can get going there whenever I see some of those plays. You know, in the biotech realm there, I always think about XBI. Just have a check in on that one. And then, you know, this has not been going well, but I recently bought Eli Lilly at 750 or so. I think it was almost exactly 750. I think we talked about that. So 720 right now, downside a little bit for Lilly. Nice to see Google still pumping higher as well. Look, it's going to be a good show. I can guarantee you that much. Oh, wow, Google actually not pumping higher. Stopped at 170. Wow, I still can't believe, like, 176. What a move there for Google. All right, look, we're excited about all these names today. Bitcoin also went up to 112 again, and then just kind of fell back through there. So, all right, let's go over to the big screen, see what you guys voted for.
Welcome, everyone, to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. The boys are locked and loaded, ready to look at the tickers as decided by you, but the only way to get those tickers up there is to join Joseph and I on the midday show and get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. But you got to be a subscriber in order to vote and to chat with us. So make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing. Here's a look at all 4 major averages, all 4 in the green, unlike the start of the morning today with the NQ up about 2/3%. A little bit below 0.5% is the S&P, with the Russell 2000, the small caps up about 0.25% here on the Dow, up 0.4. So good look for all 4 major averages, which started the morning red. NVIDIA, the first ticker as decided by you guys, up 1 2/3 right now. Great announcement today from G42, OpenAI, Oracle, NVIDIA, SoftBank Group, Cisco today, all announcing their partnership to build that Stargate in UAE. Kind of maybe a derivative of the Stargate that we heard about Donald Trump talking about, guys.
Maybe, yeah.
Is it? Yeah, maybe. Just a quick little thing there. Amazon just lost that bid underneath 204.5. So not to fail on it, but I still like the news, but playing the news didn't work here. I want to go over the higher time frame. Like Amazon's going to close above 200 in the 200 period moving average simultaneously here. So with that news, I think it's a solid buy in front of 200. That's more. There's nothing to do with the day trade, because if we get to 200 today on Amazon, something has gone terribly wrong with this market. Let's just be real. NVIDIA, look, yesterday was a bamboozling day for sure, for the longs at the end. Today, NVIDIA, this is the reason I'm not happy. Like NVIDIA, with all the shorts that I had on, it could have been my worst stock today, but because it actually held the 134 once out of like the 6 times that I was short, it's not my worst stock. I'm still down on it. And the worst part about it is 134 held. One of the things we talked about this morning was when you have big events like with, say, Fed or that big bond auction, whatever, they start to give you levels. And it's a lot of times the first place that it bounced and it showed you resistance out in front of 134 in NVIDIA. And really, if all you did was wait for 134 and short that, you would have 2 entries and you would have 2 wins, one of which you'd still be in. But I'm not in anymore. That said, it is now really cleanly broken this all-day long trend on the 15-minute, so I will short any pops back into it. NVIDIA still looking really good on the daily chart because you've held this like little bull flag thing as long as 130 holds. So overall, in terms of the move's still looking very good here. But 130, if you lose 130, everything changes on NVIDIA.
By the way, like this QBTS is just now at 1940. Like some of these, we're going to talk about quantum in just a minute. So what a good day there for quantum. Look, I'm only in and out of NVIDIA really quickly here. We went short. It was good. We got stopped at one time. Then we went short again, made a little bit of money there. Then we went short again at 133. It busted it up through 133. So I think we had the right levels there around 133 because it's really just basically hovered there, and that's where the VWAP is. So we just danced with this at 133. Not too interesting to me right now. There's the Amazon trade. There's a couple things happening with the Nasdaq, just looking better here, holding the 50 period. For me, I like NVIDIA, but today it was kind of a nothing burger for me. So we'll be down slightly on it, but NVIDIA just, I don't know, didn't give me really too much there. I was really hoping for a drop early, but it never came in. So NVIDIA up 1.07%. I had it on here as a short at 132.50, which is why we started going short early. But the 132.50 already broke kind of in the pre-market. So yeah, that trade was kind of busted early. We didn't really look at it since then. So yeah, man, so far so good. Wow, QBTS, we're going to talk about that in a minute. So let's go over to Shreve. It's $19.50, $2.50.
Yeah, it's a fantastic look today, Sean, for these quantum names. There's a chart on QBTS as it takes out day's high. Fantastic look, 26.75%. Here's the headline, D-Wave Quantum, which is QBTS, extending the rally as it builds momentum following the launch of their quantum system, guys. We saw Rigetti as well as IONQ, all breaking out into highs, guys.
To some fresh all-time highs. Like the entire group, check that. All-time high is, oh, that's not real. Oh, that's a dark pool wick on QBTS. So like it's all-time high now, but that's actually past an all-time high. We'll get to the trades in a quick little second there. I just wanted to point out, I don't know why this was called the leader. I think Money Mitch even called this one the leader. IONQ. Fundamentally, I have no idea why that's true, but certainly up 44% and running. It's not at an all-time high, but it is getting pretty darn close to it at about $52 in here. QBTS, I did trade, and we'll get to Sean's. It was an earlier one. I basically just looked at the trend and bought the trend until it broke. A couple of times there, had a flat trade to the short side, but that's pretty much it. But I'll tell you right now, fortunately, when it broke that high, or if it had broken that trail to the downside, I wouldn't have had that much slippage because we have a good connection here and a reliable fills for sure. But everybody knows that sometimes you enter that buy or sell, and the price you get filled is completely different from what you expected. And that slippage can be dangerous. It happens when you're trading on an old or an underpowered computer, and it costs traders a bundle. That's why our friends at Easy Trading Computers created the complete guide to trading computers. This guide shows you exactly what technology you need to succeed as a trader and avoid that slippage. go ahead and scan the QR code or click the link in the description box to get a free copy of this guide. Try it out. Might help. And if it doesn't, so be it.
Exactly. You might as well have a look at that. Easy Trading Computers. So to go check those guys out right now. Look, I had no idea this was going to happen, but
Awesome.
I mean, still is what it is at this point. It's going to be the #1 P&L name here across the board. Look, there's the short early. Okay, we tried to short this thing against $17. That was fun. And then basically in the exact same minute, it blasted higher. When it took down 17, I was just like, okay, we went long. And that was it, man. And then now it's just ripping up higher and higher and higher, right? We're trying to show you that, you know, there's abilities to make money, large cap, small cap, mid cap, recap, all that kind of show. Join me tonight on the recap show, by the way, with Joe. I'll be hosting with Joe. That's the other way around, man. I'm Joe's guest tonight. So, Joe, you're leading the way. 1850 right there. What a great break that also was there. So we did fall right back in. So if you missed the 17 long, which, I mean, hard to get things right off the jump, that's for sure. But if you thought that the momentum was going to last, well, then you could have maybe waited for that 1850 level. So there it goes. It blasts through, goes to 19, and then comes back. And that could have been a reload spot right there. We've been holding 18 1/4. I mean, there's no way to tell where this thing is going to stop. So that's why, it looked like 19 was a problem. So it did keep on failing from that. And there it is right there. Again, look at that. It's also the 200 period, 1850 right now. So up and away for Quantum. Really glad we have this trade. It's a big one. And yeah, QBTS for the win today at Trader TV Live.
BTC, guys, hitting a new all-time high again on the midday show. So make sure to catch that with us. It's becoming a bit of a trend. 112,000 is the new all-time high according to TradingView. We know that different exchanges, guys, have different prices.
Oh,
yes, they
boy.
do. But look, all-time
Yes,
highs
they
are
do.
all-time highs. And ultimately, it used to be back in the day, you could really, there was ARBs and you could ARB that kind of stuff. Kind of too tight. The spreads are too tight now, I think, to make sense of it. But someone's out there doing it for micro, I'm assuming. So I had kind of I hesitate to call it a hedge because it doesn't really make sense as a hedge between MSTR and IBIT. But when this has been trending down and Bitcoin made an all-time high today and Bitcoin's been going up, it has been counter trend. So I am in an IBIT long, which we did multiple times. But when we broke the low, I'm like, this is an opportunity. I mean, Bitcoin's at VWAP and MSTR is breaking down. So either it was going to flush down into here like 98, or I got a little bit of a slide down. It'll end up being mostly a flat trade. We'll pay some fees in there. But at the same time, kind of felt if things got bullish, then you'd get that bounce on VWAP in IBIT. And for a second, like when we were talking, in between NVIDIA and Quantum, it looked like the opposite was going to happen. Like Bitcoin was sliding back into the volume weighted average price, and it was MSTR that was going into the downside. So it ends up going in the other direction here. So it's Bitcoin's the one that ends up winning. I made not a misstep. We took a hit here early, and then we just started buying it off this 63 hold when it broke trend, and it worked into that all-time high. But I did make a keystroke error. Well, it was more of I had a stop in, and I didn't go, and I wasn't long, which, depending on which stop you use, actually ends up triggering you into a short.
Right.
Which is why we have if you're at Real Trading, there's one that you can use where if you don't have a position, it'll try to fire, but it's not offsetting anything. That's what I should have used. But I just got out right away, thank goodness. If you have an accidental entry, I've only been going long Bitcoin and I was almost short. Well, I was short, but if I tried to hold on to it, that would have been short literally at the low of the afternoon. So kind of paid the spread and paid some fees there. But now we're long into hopefully another all-time high this afternoon for BTC. And I certainly hope there's still some time left. It's only the 22nd. There's still some time left.
Yeah.
There's still some time
Yeah,
left.
you could definitely get going here. Just a quick little look at some of the other names, then we'll go back over to Sharif. Let this guy get out of here. Okay, so just real quick. Oh, wow. More cookies. Okay, this can be a problem. All right, Ethereum up 7. Bitcoin up 4. Thanks, Randy. XRP, bless you, up 3.5 as well. Binance up 2.5. Solana, congratulations to Solana shareholders. Congratulations to those in Cardano and Dogecoin as well. Those have been working out real nice there for that. So, all right, Sharif, the next one on board here, Tesla. Let's see if that's riding into the sunset.
3.2%, well off the lows. It sold off a little bit yesterday on, with the overall market. Today, not really a great headline either, guys. Looks like BYD outselling Tesla for the first time ever out in Europe, specifically with EVs, not just these mixed battery vehicle guys. So it doesn't matter today. Tesla up above 3%, looking at back at that 350 level possibly.
Are you going to be breaking that 350 again and then have to deal with this again? Hopefully not. But you know what? I mean, I don't know why we really care about BYD anymore. Obviously, we do. I'm just saying that tongue in cheek. But Tesla and everybody else that I keep hearing and keep talking to about this says it's no longer a car company. Well, what else are they selling? I mean, it is a car company right now, but they do have stuff in the works. And obviously, I'm just sort of, again, tongue-in-cheek with Tesla. But, everybody likes the name. It's one of the better names to trade here on the floor, that's for sure. And, whether or not it's Joe trading TSLL or I'm trading Tesla or Neil or any of us, we're always looking at some of these levels. Yesterday's high is 348, 347. So I think that's actually a better short against 350 right now. Just looking at these levels, I mean, it's been a nice move, a higher. The Nasdaq's finally starting to go a little bit here. So if you do get some love back up there for Tesla, what a great opportunity that is to short. So again, I like the stock here. It makes a lot of sense. We know that it's one of those cult names there. When it gets going, it gets going. So Tesla looks like it wants to continue to move a little bit higher there. Obviously, we are worried about competition. You've seen Rivian starting to go back up to the upside a little bit. You saw Lucid was starting to pop a bit, but there's only real one car maker that's making a little bit of money that's in North America right now, and that's going to be Tesla. So you got to like the stock. You got to like what it's been doing. So Tesla, I think that top of 347, 348 is something to short. And then if you break 350, good on you. But we've broke it once. It got to 354. Are we going to do it again? Maybe tomorrow. I don't think today.
But I don't like the...
Comme si, comme ça?
Like 350.
Give me one of these cookies.
Oh yeah, I muted myself for the sneeze. 350 break on a Friday is like that's the one time I don't like it as much because I find like I have some trouble with those even like the big option levels on a Friday can be trouble to get through. But if you do get through it, I guess it's really good. So Tesla, I only wanted it at one spot this morning, quite frankly, because the second one that Sean just mentioned, I did not think we'd get to. There's 0% chance that I wasn't thinking about it. I should never say 0% chance. It's always like 1% or whatever.
You're the one that told me never speak in series.
Yeah, I know. And then sometimes I'll do it. But sometimes it happens. Right now you can see what I'm looking at, which would be it's got a very clean trend into that high. So, like I waited for it the whole morning. I waited for it to get to 340. Showed some patience, went 1 for 3, but still ultimately lost. I'll take a same shot, like a very similar shot if it gets up there and breaks the trend line on Tesla. On the other side of this equation, this bull flag looks better than NVIDIA's because it's bounce off the low of support in this little consolidation is more impressive. So this looks stronger than the NVIDIA bounce. Part of it's probably how weak this was for the majority of the last calendar year. But yeah, it hasn't broke out of this yet. So I think you're still playing the range on a lot of these stocks that have this setup. Right? Like if it gets to the bottom, I suppose you should just be buying it in the low 330s, still proven otherwise, and fading it above 350, and then waiting for those, the top and the bottom.
These cookies are lemon.
They are?
They're not bad.
I'll
Good thing they're a little bit small. I could eat all of those. All right, Sharif, Snowflake, let it snow. Up to 200.
Yes, sir, Sean. What a report for Snowflake yesterday. Beating on the top and bottom line, handily and guiding well above estimates. Growth in all factors of their business, guys. The market rewarding them today. They're just above 200, taking out that level and up a nice 11.8%.
Snow.
Yeah, look, I got out there at $200. I do want to say something because yesterday, I want to say, obviously my condolences to Sharif there. He put on that whole show and he just had a death in the family. And this doesn't matter, but I just want to tell you something. Sharif is leading the way here today. For all the traders at Trader TV Live, this man has the #1 P&L on the floor. So I'm going to say thank you to Sharif. I know it might surprise you, Sharif, a little bit, but not that doesn't happen often. Not that it. No, but that is true. It's true. So I just want to say thank you to. Anyways, what I was trying to get at was the man still put on the show. He put on a great show, and he traded really well. So congratulations, not congratulations, but our condolences to Sharif. And,
yeah, of course.
And thank you to him for putting on that show because, family is obviously, we know how important it is to all of us.
100%.
And then, especially Sharif. He talks about it all the time. So.
Yeah, when you have when you when you're trying to focus, especially
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Like when you're trying to focus and you know what's going to be front of your mind, it's impossible not to have anything family related be front of the mind. But obviously, shout out to Sharif for always putting on a good show, no question asked. And there's no good way to pivot from that to stocks.
My bad.
That's it. But Snowflake is probably and ultimately one of the least nonsensical stocks in terms of how it behaved today. Like there's been a lot of like kind of bamboozlement and like things that don't really add up. Well, Snowflake, they beat. It was a good report. It's been basically trending up. It gapped up again. It pulled back into the prior high, which is like 190. You can see right there. There's your prior resistance, so like 192 something. It pulls right back into that level, bounced, made a higher low, went to the high, pulled into VWAP, and went to the high. That's about as like technically sound as you're going to really see from a gap up. So it's been gorgeous. I haven't done anything with it here today, and obviously it would have been great to have, but it's just a testament to this is a reason why we have our free watch list, everybody, because I'll promise you this. Like you might not find, like you might pick one or two stocks in the day and like, oh, this is the right stock to trade. That's not the right stock to trade. Or this is, you like one style, you like small caps, you like big caps, you like things with earnings. But I can tell you this much. The watch list always has multiple names on there that should fit most trading styles as a trading opportunity. That's the thing. Maybe Snow's not your cup of tea. Then maybe that's NT, what the heck was it called? Navitas. Maybe a Navitas on small capper was your cup of tea. Maybe iBit was your cup of tea. But that's the reason why we have the free watch list out there. Because Snowflake was right there for everybody to see. That was a good report. And it traded pretty cleanly here.
Yeah, look, I did a little bit of math. I don't sell things ever, really. We were lucky enough to sell some Palantir at the highs of 130.30. So I was just like, you know what? I'm already riding with Palantir. I'm already riding with Big Bear AI. And I've been riding with Snowflake. It was like I think it was 60 or 70% winner. And we just cashed out of it there. So I got out today at $200 there on Snowflake. I mean, we had topped out here. I didn't even really, it was a position. It was probably 5%. No, 5%. Oh, that's not right. Maybe less than 1% if I'm trying to think about the math in my long-term account. So it was nothing huge, but we had bought it down into here. I think we were along 117 or 127 or something like that. Out there, whatever it was, 71%, something like that. Out in and around there, not in and around, at 199.50. We sat there and got there just as the market opened up. So I just want to take it out. I still like the stock, though. It's been real aggressive, man. We were just at $140 back less than a month ago. So now you're taking out two bills. Nice day today for Snowflake, man, and it's letting it snow. That is for sure. No matter where you are, it's cold as ice if you're a Snowflake shareholder because you've made some nice money there on Snowflake. So it's a decent swing. I'm just out of it. It wasn't even really meant to be a swing trade. I'm tired of like never selling anything. So a position that's not that huge got a little bigger, and did you say it was never meant to be, or was? No. I probably meant to eventually buy more of it, and I never really did wind up doing that because I bought other. That's what I'm saying. Like I was buying. Yeah. I bought a lot of Palantir at the end of the day, but yeah, Snowflake again, $200. It just looks good on the. This looks good on the. Yeah, I never wanted to hold it more than a swing trade. Snowflake. I mean, obviously now it's like okay, it's past like the best price I got was a while back. Excuse me, just underneath 190. It's much better than that. So I had absolutely no idea when I was just kind of talking about the watch list that Navitas actually was breaking out, but it is. So there you go. I had one shot at this. Actually, technically two. 1 for 2 on Navitas. But look at it. Pretty strong. So the story here, if you are watching the watch list, if you're checking it out, you're watching the watch list.
I know. They announced a collaboration with NVIDIA. Really, there's more you can read. But when you're a small capper, sometimes there doesn't need to be that much more. The only reason why I think $5 was a problem for the stock is look at the daily chart at the $5 level. Just all kinds of bag holding that probably occurred into the $5 level. And now that you're breaking out, I think the hold over 5 makes a heck of a lot of sense. Weebull apparently is making some moves.
Weebull's reporting. Oh my God, that's why I didn't even know that. Oh man, we talked about it earlier this morning because we were looking at Robinhood and all the banks, and I was just like, you know which one I think could get going? And I didn't even. Hi, it's me. I have no idea what I'm doing. But no, I was just like, I was looking at Weebull this morning and we were talking about it. And I was just only talking about it in reference to Robinhood, really.
No estimate.
And it's like, we had this huge move up and now it looks like we might have based out a little bit here. Hey, maybe I'll put this Snowflake money into Weebull. I mean, I'm never going to do it before their very first earnings call, which is tonight. But
I mean,
maybe I'll start. Maybe I'll start a quarter of a position.
I wanted to buy it in front of 10 this entire time, and it's like you just can't get that $10 SPAC level. So it's like, well, if you want to buy something out in front of 10, let me just go to Weebull. Yes, I'm bidding Navitas in front of $5. But if you want to buy something in front of 10, then really, why not? When it dips under 12, you can get something in at like 11.80. Get like 20% in at that price, and if that's all you get, that's all you get. And or then when it starts to go to the downside, like if I was going to get like 11 or 10.70 or something like that as an average price, well then you just price that. And you now know when you take the next 20%, the next 20% after that, you have an idea of what prices you need to buy at, and the math to get you to what you intended to risk on in the first place. Like that's part of like dollar cost averaging into it. But ultimately, it looks like
math.
It's primed to go. It's just frustrating because we were all when it was at $200, whatever the heck the high was. Sorry, never. No. 76, whatever. When it was up there, remember we were like, if it gets back down to $10, we're all going to want to buy this thing, which generally means if it's that good, you're not going to get it. I think we all understand that. Like if a lot of people are looking to dip buy something in front of the same level, then what are the actual chances you're going to see it get to that price? If it's that popular, and it's a popular platform as well. So the only thing I'm in right now is IBIT. It just tagged the high again. I think you have to take it out into this triple top. It's a big miss not to be long this at VWAP. Opportunity cost of maybe not being at your desk or not paying attention, because you get like how many shots do you get at it? You get 2 clean shots at the volume weighted average price, one of which I bungled on a keystroke, and the second which I wasn't in. It doesn't get to it a third time. So we'll try to hold for a fresh all-time high here in IBIT. And see where it can go from there. The only thing I'm looking at is that Navitas. See if we can't catch a dip buy as well.
I'm trying to, May 22nd. Okay, here we go. I was going to say I went over rate 2 TTV research to try to find this. So, okay, here we go, man. John Joseph and I here, Intuit, Autodesk, Raw Stores, Workday, Deckers. We don't even have Weebull on here. Is this right? Watch out. This says May 22nd, right? Yeah, so okay. So earnings after hours.
If I had to guess why.
Market cap, yeah.
It's a super small market cap. There's no estimates on it. And if you look at any sorted list, what ends up happening is that because there's no estimates, it's at the bottom of all the lists. But it's a big one. It's a big.
Just looking back at that, yeah. So Deckers brands, I don't know. We can wait to see. Deckers is not Lululemon, Uggs, I think. Raw Stores, Autodesk, Intuit. So we'll see if anybody's doing their taxes using Intuit software. We will look into it.
Boom. I liked Adam Carolla has a really good line about TurboTax.
Oh, Hoka. Right there. What is it?
No, he's basically, and I know people don't like politics or whatever, but it's kind of a good joke because he says all the people that are like, if you're wealthy, you should pay more. And he just says, I guarantee you, everyone that's saying they should pay their fair share, they got fancy lawyers or accountants making sure that they get all the tax breaks and everything they can to pay as little as possible. I don't see a single person calling for that just puts it into TurboTax and pays the max. Just saying, don't talk about it, be about it. But, and here's the but, there was something else I was looking at. That's right, the 15-minute on NVIDIA. So right into that one, it's not 114, but 133.75 in here. So this local high, there was a trend break, so we're gonna get it back into that top. It's been the only place or area to short NVIDIA all day long. There is a bit of a wedge. It did break the trend, so I missed the trend break, but we're into it now. No pun intended. IBIT's still doing IBIT things, looking pretty strong last I checked. And I did want to go back over to another one here. You mentioned Robinhood, right?
Yep.
Okay. So load. There we go. So Coinbase, whoops, wrong direction. Coinbase has just broken out, and there's a pretty big gap fill. A lot of times you'll go into the index and you'll have like a selling event, and then on top of that, Coinbase had a little bit of bad news as well. Well, it's taken all of that, throw in the fact that Bitcoin is breaking out, and you now have a pretty clean break on the daily for Coinbase. So it's a pretty strong one here. Just saw it breaking through highs of the day. I mean, if you have any kind of scanners up, it's probably, I'm going to assume it's hitting some. You got increasing volume into the break. The prior high is pretty far gone now at 271. So like the next available dip buy seems like it would be somewhere, you never really know. Like you get like a few red candles, get a rounded bottom, and you look for a bit of a long. So Coinbase just broke out as we speak.
All right. Okay, so just quickly here. My kids are actually downtown today, just next to where we are. Yeah, some sort of a school event
Field
there.
trip?
But it's a little field trip. School event, yeah. All right, so the only way we lost, I mean, we're going to be red today just because of one name and one name only, the TQQs, and that's pretty bad because earlier on we were just getting frustrated. We were short. Short was working really great. We're actually done. We were actually up decently early, and that was real early, and then it just blew up, right? I mean, we had written down $69, so I was short into that, and we gave it back pretty much probably about flat after all of this said and done. And I was like, wow, the market's super strong, which I thought it was. We had Google breaking higher, Tesla moving higher, Palantir, like you name it. When the market's going, NVDA, I mean, when the market's going, it's going, right? And so I was like, okay, maybe we'll defend that level again. And we did not defend 69 really at all. We tried it again, and then we got stopped out there once it broke lower. So it's like we were flat there, then we started taking L there, and then I was like, okay, we got a great fill. All the reds are me getting out of longs, right? And then so we got some good fills down there at VWAP, and then this is when you guys last saw me trading it right at 11 o'clock when it broke, and then we went short. Only to be, we were swimming and everything. We had some good outs right here on the way down, and then we got stopped out there. So that all of this was a good, actually worked out to be about flat because we started at the 50 period, we started at VWAP, and then there, and then eventually got it back to VWAP. So it was pretty good before getting stopped out, maybe slightly red on it. But then we waited for it to drop down into VWAP again, and we were just going to use, honestly, if it broke 40s, I think our stop was maybe breaking up 35 down into this area, we were going to get stopped out, but it did not happen, and it ripped back up to the high of the day. So right now the TQs, we're just trying to hold on to that to see where we go. You know, a beat up name in the energy space, Occidental, I don't know. I guess this doesn't have a bid under it anymore. I don't really like the energy space too much now, to be honest with you. Look at Occidental on a daily chart. It's really beat up, man. I mean, ever since you lost that 45, and actually the Buffett area was much higher than this. I thought it was in the 60s that we weren't breaking for a while. Then, yeah, there it was right there. It kept on bouncing off of it for a while. It was $56, $57. We kept on calling that sort of the Buffett call area. And then once it broke, you could see the action when it broke. It really cascaded down below, right? $57 breaks. We start to go lower there on Occidental. We come back up right. Like sometimes trading is, not sometimes, it is very difficult. But when you look at it like this and you look back, it's frustrating because Occidental had a nice rally from $50 right back into 57 before falling again. And then like, why 57? Well, I mean, that's that level that we just wrote down. We just mentioned right there. So there's 57. We've never been back up there. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, way lower high. So yeah, I don't really necessarily love this name at all. And if you try to trade this, you pretty much are catching a pretty decent falling knife. I mean, it's not all oil names look like this, right? So Occidental really getting crushed there. To that downside as a pure play. So you got to be careful with it. You know, a name that's also working on green energy as well. Look, I mean, there's lots of different names you could get into energy for sure, right? But XOM, maybe one of the leaders, you know, CVX, these guys have dividend aristocrats, right? Always raising their dividend, always paying it out and giving a decent percentage. But the problem is we saw yesterday's bond auction, and, you know, the closer we get to 5%, I mean, these guys are paying 3.5%. Are you okay there, Neil?
No, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know.
Those things become trash.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, people now aren't invested in this for the yield, right? And if you don't think oil is going in the right direction, then there's really no need to step into that. But I might step into Apple. Apple's moving down here. We're now 40 cents in the money on Apple. So perfect. So let's take another bid there at 72. So there it is, man. Out of Apple, 72. That is a money trade right there. So a nice little trade there for me on Apple going short, getting the 200 period, and now breaking a little bit lower. All right, we are very, very proud to have our special guest of the day, and Brendan is over at the big desk.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, it's always an exciting day when you can talk to fresh uplisting. Today we have Onco Innovations freshly uplisted from the CSE to the CBOE Canada exchange here in Toronto. ONCO is the ticker. Thomas O'Shaughnessy is Chief Executive Officer of Onco Innovations. Exciting day, Thomas. Great to have you. Welcome.
Brendan, thanks so much. It's great to be here, and what an afternoon and day it's been. Fantastic.
Yeah, we appreciate you doing this on the day of, which is definitely an exciting moment. Let's talk about the uplisting, how this came to be, what your thoughts were behind going to the CBOE Canada Exchange.
Well, I guess I would say first we're extremely thrilled for this uplift. Listen, we're at a pivotal stage in our quest to tackle one of the biggest challenges of our time, and that's how do we successfully treat and eventually cure cancer. And we're laser focused, ruthlessly focused, I like to say, on bringing that change and bringing that value and bringing that promise to the clinic, to the bedside, and most importantly, to patients. You know, this SIBO had a quote from me in their release this morning. They put out a very nice release. They said a lot of very nice things. And one of the things that I said in that release is that joining SIBO is more than a listing, it's strategic alignment. And I really want to emphasize that point because in this industry, in this journey that we're on, we're all looking for tools to broaden our global reach, to expand our network of collaborators and accelerate our journey. And the journey that we're on is the future of transforming cancer therapy. And so I think we can accelerate those possibilities in a big time way through our uplist today to a tier 1 listing. And I think it's also, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think it's also a recognition of our growth and a real shared commitment to long-term value creation. So we're super thrilled, very excited about it.
And I think a lot of people will be excited. There is an AI portion to this. We'll get to that in a second. Let's leave them hanging a little bit here. But let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned right off the top, cancer research. This touches everyone, let's be honest, at this point. You know, everyone has a relative, you know, once removed, 10 times removed, doesn't matter anymore. Tell us a little bit about the area specifically and generally what problem the company's trying to solve here.
Absolutely. And, you know, just to acknowledge that point, cancer touches us all. It's very personal. It's very personal to me, and it's very personal to all of us at Onco Innovations. So we were born out of the University of Alberta Cancer Institute, the Cross Cancer Institute. It's a really extraordinary organization, extraordinary group of scientists, many of whom are still with us on this journey, 15 years plus of research. We have a proprietary drug portfolio, which is a completely new class of cancer therapy through our PNKP inhibitors. And we'll get into what PNKP is in a moment. Those are all patented. We also have AI integration. You mentioned AI. In February, we acquired Inca Health AI, and that does a number of things for us, but importantly, it enhances our ability to identify the patients that'll benefit most from our therapeutics, and then expand those therapeutics much more quickly, much more definitively to other cancer types through our research and development roadmap, which is a roadmap that we're advancing right now.
So when it comes to the specific treatment, tell us a little bit about what it is exactly we're targeting here.
Yeah, so the main challenge facing cancer treatments to date, and I think viewers would think about those as chemotherapy and radiation, has been resistance of those cancer tumors to therapy. So what we're focused on at Onco Innovations is exclusively targeting those cancer cells, eliminating them, and preventing their regrowth. our solution tackles that head on. It has two real component parts. Polynucleotide kinase phosphatase. It's a mouthful, but you say it 5 or 6 times, and it rolls off your tongue. But it's an important component of our solution. It's the inhibitor that helps make cancer cells much more susceptible to treatment. So that's the first component. We have an exclusive license to a new drug belonging to a new class of PNKP inhibitors. The A83B4C63 is the numeric indication. And then we've got Onco10. And Onco10 is the novel inhibitor of the DNA repair enzyme PNKP. And that's in a nanoparticle formulation. And it's important for me to mention nanotechnology because we use nanotechnology to deliver, let's just put it this way, a greater payload of the drug directly to the tumor. So our focus at Onco is really, let's identify the right treatment through rich genomics data. Let's pair that up with advanced analytics and precision therapeutics. That's what's really going to change the game and move to the next level of therapeutic interventions. We're going to first start with colorectal cancer.
Tell us where we are then in this process and what investors can expect here going forward.
Well, our focus over the next 18 months is really going to be critical. We want to keep the momentum from our IPO, successful IPO back in November. It's been a fantastic response from that listing. Partnerships we've established are extraordinary. Our R&D roadmap is robust. So there's a number of things here. We're doing further clinical discovery with the U of A. That's underway now. We've got our drug manufacturing agreement with Dalton Pharma, proudly Canadian contract research organization. They're going to do the synthesis and the scale up of the A83. And we're on the verge of signing with a CRO, potentially 2 CROs for our preclinical testing program and our clinical translation program, which is that all-important phase 1 clinical trial. All of this is set to get us to the place we need to be at the end of the year, and that's to file the required IND applications to get to phase 1 in 2026. At the same time, we're concurrently building out that AI platform, that AI platform prototype that we have from Inca Health AI and from that acquisition, and building upon all the excellent partnerships that Inca Health AI bring into the Onco family with the big pharma. AstraZeneca Canada is one of them. We're continuing to build those partnerships out. Listen, it's a long and complicated road. It's complex and it's challenging, but we feel pretty confident here at Onco that we've got a real opportunity to take precision-based medicines to the market with an unmatched level of genomic, oncologic, and AI expertise. So we're just getting started, but we're extremely bullish in our journey because we need to be.
Yeah, I mean, important work as well, as we said. I think a lot of people will be watching closely for more information. We'd love to hear, an update if you do, have success with this down the road. Please come back and give us an update again. ONCO, guys, the ticker, brand new listing as of today on the CBOE Canada exchange here in Toronto. Thomas O'Shaughnessy is CEO of Onco Innovations. Appreciate you doing this today. Thanks.
It's a great pleasure. We'll see you again.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There we go. Thanks, Thomas. Yeah, I mean, look, we're all sort of AI, not obsessed, but we like names that have that. And we'd always talk about this on the show, looking for new cures, new ways to get going there. So that Inca Health acquisition, obviously pretty key there. ONCO, go check them out there on the CBOE, still on our screen there. Again, I mean, it says it right there, New Hope in Cancer Therapy. And
exactly.
Thomas nailed that. I think everybody has somebody in their life that's been affected by that. Brendan's mic is still on, Fabian, by the way.
It's 100% the one. There are probably a few things out there, but it's always nice when you have a problem in the world and
potential
some people put some risk on to solve that problem. And that's what investing's all about. At the end of the day, like you find a problem or something you can service, it's all the better when it serves everybody else. So shout out to them for sure.
Well, I mean, I like the fact that Thomas was talking about, listing is also a gateway to getting, more partnerships and more exposure so that they can make different acquisitions and be able to, offer stock and whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, expand the network. There's something going on in our ear.
We got an open mic.
I know there's someone's mic is open. Andre, someone's mic is open. But anyway, it's all good. All right, thank you so much, Thomas, for that. But yeah, okay, so let's get ready to rock and roll. All right, QBTS, a little bit of a breakdown through there. I got nervous that maybe we were breaking 19. I have such a small piece left. If we take out 1880, look, we have not, you know where my stop is right now? I'm canceling it right now. 1689. So we're long at 1707 here on QBTS, right? My stop is 1689. So we have about 20 cents worth of risk, and we're now in the money $2, and our best fill was about 250. So if we break now the 200 period moving average, it's basically, it's been riding it the whole way. We've tested. So let's put that out right now. 18, let's just go 74. We have such a small piece left. It's not going to affect our net one way or the other. Losing trade that we had on just before we went, well, I guess it was while we were with Sharif. It was basically early, right at 2 o'clock. Amazon has fallen ever since, wow, you know what, now that I look at this. Yeah, anyways, it's fallen ever since that Pershing Square story, which was right there. I mean, but yeah, I guess these guys have positions in everything. So it's not too much of a surprise. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I don't know their book exactly. But that bottom right there of 203.90 looks pretty decent if the market wants to go. I mean, maybe we do see a bottom there in Amazon. I don't know if you want to punch the highs because then you might be stuck long. But yeah, if it ever falls back into 204, which is kind of right here, that's not a bad trade. Maybe even a better trade, though, breaking through 204.50, sorry, again, right there, taking out some levels, and you have some support to back it up with. So yeah, I like that trade there for Amazon if it comes through.
So just before we get to it, everybody, NVIDIA, it just went again.
Did it?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not holding it to the high. I gave it to the lower high, which to me has been a theme this morning. Well, all day long, but also this morning, where I was even like here, like I wasn't putting stops at high of day in the crazy trend. I'd give it a little bit lower in this particular case. But why? Because sometimes like that little price increment can matter a lot, right? Like if it's that strong, why give it the extra 30 cents? You're going to lose. Also, if you happen to be playing, I don't know, OKC tonight, let's just say.
Right, I forgot about that.
Then you want to make sure you're getting the best odds. You're going to put the money down anyways. If you're going to do it, then you should get the top tier odds. And if you're going to make some bets, then you should have the most control possible. And ProfitX is going to give you peer-to-peer picking, open API access for automation, and cost-efficient trading. It's all in one place, everybody. It's like day trading your favorite sports. Make offers, bid ask, all the stuff we're comfortable with, match and plays, and manage your risk with diverse prediction options. Don't just place your picks, exchange them, trade them. ProfitX is a smarter and faster way to play, and users can use the code TraderTV to get the sign-up offer of 2% cash back up to $300. We're on OKC tonight. We got 270 yesterday. I think
we had 240, didn't we?
No, I thought we. Look,
no, we can probably just check it out.
Okay, so
what is it now, anyways?
Let's go to my plays in here. I thought we got we have minus 270. We got 270.
We did?
Yeah, we got minus 270.
I think what it is.
I actually think the line is.
Sure?
Yeah. Well, sorry, I just went back.
Okay.
But yeah, we got 270. It's still actually at minus 270.
I thought we got 240. We'll have to double check.
No, we do. We have 270 for sure. We're locked in.
Okay.
Tonight,
So not much has changed. Not much has changed.
Go SGA.
Yes, he won MVP, by the way. Shout out to Canada.
The
best basketball player in the world is Canadian.
It was chalk, right? Like, I don't think there was any.
Well, no, I didn't look at the odds.
I think so.
I think it was.
I mean,
him, Jokic, and I don't even know who
maybe
the other one.
Giannis, maybe, I don't know.
I don't know, maybe.
I'm just making a guess.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jokic was probably number 2, but yeah, he handled some serious business. Their roster's just too deep, I think.
We'll see. I mean, that's what sports is all about. Yay, sports.
So
we'll see if they can get that victory, or see if we can get that victory tonight with SGA and company. Shout out to Oklahoma City, and shout out to everybody who's a Pacer fan. What a good game that was yesterday as the Indiana Pacers take a 1-game lead there. Then too bad about our Edmonton Oilers as well, not ours, but Canada's own Edmonton Oilers lost last night. And that Skinner got 6-3 or something like that. Yeah, I thought they were going to win too. I have a prop on them winning the Stanley Cup and this round. So hopefully they can come through as well. I lost on Toronto Cup and Winnipeg. So needless to say, I took a lot of Toronto or Canadian chalk there, as you mentioned, chalk. So that's what we do. That's when you take the favorite. It's like saying NVIDIA is going to go up, right? That's pretty chalk. Yeah. So all right. So we'll wait to see. I mean, just joking. Hopefully it does continue to go up. So I'm looking at that Amazon. I do have that level there to break. If it does break, good for that. You know what's going to happen right now too is IBIT. I mean, IBIT right now is Rip City. We had this trade yesterday into the close. It was fantastic. Wish we were to be, we're not allowed to hold here overnight, but I wish we were. We had this break right here into the close where it ripped up, which was a fantastic trade, up to 61.90. So right now we're trying to think about the same, maybe the same trade again, a break of the day high on IBIT. I mean, why do we want to slow down? Like if I'm Bitcoin, right, I play the game, like what is stopping right now from going higher? I mean, we've already tested these levels. Look, it's going to have to break it, right? I mean, it's going to, in order to get up here, you got to get up here first. So if it does, then I think it breaks and we go. That's 12,000. So I mean, I want to take that long. So I'm going to set that long up as well, guys.
Why is CoreWeave taking?
CoreWeave is going down.
NVIDIA is breaking the high of the day, and CoreWeave is going down again.
Yeah, what say you, CoreWeave, huh? All right, well, we can have a look over there at CoreWeave. But for me, for IBIT, it is going to be that break and take. So if we break it, we're taking it, and that's about it. That's where as far as we go on that one. We are now $1, officially now $1 in the money on that TQQ. Dancing Joseph, right there. And then we also have a short now in Apple, because Apple just came up into those levels again. I'm not sure the short is going to be the right play there for Apple, but we did get that good level to get. I think we got, what, 25s there? It's not like it's a great fill. Yeah, we got 25, so it's just flat for us right now. If we can get something out as we start to drip down into 202, that'd be nice. That's where the 50-period moving average is. I was only going to be short. I'm not short. Like, it's at the high of the day, which is why we're short, but we're also long the Nasdaq, right? So that's not going to make too much sense. So I'm not going to average into this. My stop on Apple is the high, a break of 50. We're out of Apple. So right here, 25 cents worth of risk to make 25 cents. I like it. I think there's a possibility there for Apple to make dreams come true. So let's wait to see where it goes. Now, it's just 25 cents. If it goes down, then that would be great. We're still going to wait for Amazon. I feel like that could be my next big trade. Or not next, I don't know if it's going to be a big trade, but the next one that I'm most seriously looking at right here is that. We're now holding. We held that level. And the good thing about this take is if you take it, then you can almost hold it all the way back to 204, which is only 50 cents, which is very comfortable for me. So that's something to look at there for Amazon if we do wind up breaking that 204.50. And then I didn't even put that order out. So what am I thinking about? IBIT. So that order would be, where? I just go here. The high of the day, 63.70. Oh boy, we're almost there. Okay. What, did we just get filled down here? No, we did. Oh yeah, we did. We got filled at 18s, I think. We took something there. No, 15s or so. So decent fill there for Apple. Let's see if it wants to push. We always take 10 cents. Let's see if we get a little bit lower on Apple. Again, our target, 202, to be honest with you. If we can get most of them out at 202, definitely trying to target half there at that level. Then we'll see if we can get a little bit more lower than that. But yeah, so far so good here. Waiting for Amazon, waiting for Apple.
Yeah, and I'll get to CoreWeave in a second. Because again, like sometimes it was weird with MSTR and Bitcoin, and now it's a little bit weird with NVIDIA and CoreWeave. Not that they have to move together, but in a general sense, it usually works that way. So look, NVIDIA is now above that 134. So as it broke out, I was zoomed out for CoreWeave, but as it broke out, grabbed some 34s into the high of 420, 134.20. It already tipped there once, so we'll scalp in front of the prior high. But I don't know what's going on, CoreWeave. So CRV dub. Saying that so I don't mistype it. It just broke the low of the day.
CoreWeave?
Yeah. Huh. It's down 4%. Took it off the open. Like here's the thing. Like they opened. Like there was a nice breakdown trade at the open. Then after that, it like resumed doing CoreWeave things, which is like it was just strong. So you're like, yeah, well, CoreWeave is strong. But now all of a sudden, this seems like why is it not a short? Ultimately, 100's a big level here because just yesterday, like the best shorts went right into this 101 level and bounced very clean. So I think like down here, like I'm not shorting it at the support level where it ran like $8. At the same time yesterday, it bounced here and went $8. I don't think this is where you want to hit the short key, but certainly maybe back into like 105, 106, or if it breaks down underneath 100, it's going to make some sense here on CoreWeave. Kind of crazy to see this level of weakness here. Like Los Pollos Hermanos, as we hit power hour.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no, I did not expect it to go to 200. I mean, I've literally only, I've had 3 trades on it in the last 2 days as it's only been going up, and all 3 of them were shorts. And like if you pick your spots, they have been good. There's been good trend break trades on CoreWeave. It's just the longs have been so much better. Like NVIDIA just lost a bid. Yeah, I should be short this somewhere in CoreWeave. It's like I only traded it the one time, and now it's a great short, and I'm not in it. It's frustrating. So CoreWeave, I'm not chasing it down at the low. We'll have to wait for a pullback. The morning support was at 105. That's why I'm saying 105, because that's where the buyers step in. So oftentimes support to resistance and vice versa is the go-to. So I want to join this on the next available pop into the 105 level. Hopefully it gives us the opportunity, but there's no guarantees in life. Also on IBIT, I'm thinking if it does a pullback again into the volume weighted average price, I'm going to take it. But if it breaks the high, remember to get rid of these. If it breaks the high and does one of those false breaks, like does a high break like this, then any dip, like I'd probably take a dip like that, where false breaks the high, and the first spot that it bounces, I would take a shot as well on it. But I want to stay long. I just think, it's been so relatively strong. Buying the dips has been money on IBIT today, so I don't think you want to go too far away from that. So even if the breakout fails, I think you still want to buy on the way back in for Bitcoin. But yeah, CoreWeave now really standing out here. Low of the day when you're at the high of the day, yeah, this stock is weak. If you're short, if I'm looking short, it's got to be this.
So we just kind of wicked the top there for, oh, by the way, Apple, actually we did okay. I mean, Apple did wind up coming down. We got a 10 there on Apple, but now we're starting to go upside. I was only looking really at the TQs because I was like, hey, that just wicked the top as well right there. So we're going to see if we get something out upside. Amazon is the one that's getting close. I mean, I could talk about crypto, but Neil just sort of did. So we're going to pass on that for now. And just wait. You already know the play. I'm taking long IBIT 63.71. That's the break. That's the level that I've been looking at there today. It's the high of the day right there. So I'm in it if we can get it. That, of course, we're here. Oh, but I just heard our ear reminding me that we are here Monday. So Victoria Day. That's what we just had.
Not here Monday.
Not here Monday. We just had Victoria Day. We weren't here this past Monday, but we are here this coming. We are not here this coming Monday for Memorial Day. Hello. Yeah. So all right. Ooh, Apple debuting their smart glasses by the end of 2026. We hear that's ways away. So I would think that would be a negative story, but I don't know. I'm not sure when exactly they were planning on debuting said glasses, but
yeah, like that's
2026. Like that's a year and a half away.
It doesn't exactly seem like it's
20 months from now. That seems
very quickly.
Seems a little bit odd for them to be announcing that, but maybe that's a little bit ahead of schedule. Remember, we do have the Oculus, we do have Meta glasses. We just had that release of Google with Warby Parker.
Warby Parker partnership, like that's a big one right there.
So
and Warby Parker actually
Apple a
held up
little bit behind.
And then remember, the other thing is the Johnny Ive and OpenAI.
Right.
They're like, we want to get in the game. We want to get everybody off of screens. So it's a big bet.
Put screens in their glasses?
Well, here's the thing. I feel like
we want to make it easier to be on your screens.
You know what? Like, yeah, obviously like AI is going to change things, and maybe we get away from phones and there's way cooler things out there. Like maybe it's Neuralink, maybe it is glasses. But you know what? Like OpenAI is going into a business where all of the big boys who have a lot of money are all also doing these things too. So I think it's always great they're stepping out of their comfort zone because that's what you have to do to grow. But it's going to be really competitive for them. And most of these other companies have a lot of experience now. Like I'm talking about like Meta knows what they're doing, and Apple has a really good idea. You'd think of how to develop things or take things which have been developed and make them fantastic. So I think OpenAI's got their work cut out for them. No questions asked. I saw someone in the chat asking, is UNH dead?
Here comes Amazon.
I'm not saying it's dead, but yeah, like remember last night we had, all the concerns are in the healthcare group, of course, a little bit of scrutiny to the entire group were last night. And the bill that is, well, forget the name of the bill, the Trump bill. took the solar names down, took the healthcare names down. So they're all under a lot of pressure, and this couldn't get going past those same levels where we dumped off in the afternoon yesterday. And it was fundamental. Like the relief rally is a bit different because this was not just UNH that was down yesterday. It was Humana, HIMS was getting trashed, CVX. They were all of them to the downside.
Being trashed. 204. Yeah. So all right. I mean, we're in. Hit the sirens.
Wake you up.
Right. You can't hear how loud that is here in the studio, but that was a wake-up call. Okay, so there we had it turned up for the interview to make sure that we could hear it, of course. All right, so there it goes. Nice move there, higher. Not nice move, but Amazon's making a move right there. We could have bought it down here. That is for sure. We had indicated it down there. This is when we made up the idea to go long on a 204.50 break. Instead of that, we could be 50 cents in the money or so, maybe 30 cents in the money, but instead we waited for the break to get some kind of confirmation. And all that's being confirmed right now is that it doesn't want to do anything at these levels. So we'll wait. We're long right now, 204.51s actually. So a pretty good break price for us. What did I use? Did I use ARCA on that break? No, I used Fox River. So let's wait to see what winds up happening now. Nice move higher there. And Fox River is just another gateway that sort of routes to everything. So like ARCA will go to ARCA first, then we'll check everybody else. I'm not sure where Fox goes, but it's a good one. I'm always using it for my ins and my outs pretty much on breakout trades. So we'll scan the whole book, but so will ARCA. They all will. Every ECN will, every gateway will. Make sure you do understand where the routing goes, the fees of the routing, and you know some will attack cheaper gateways first, which you don't want necessarily. If you're looking for liquidity, you probably don't want that. But yeah, like if you're trading a buyout or something and the level's pretty thick, then yeah, you know you want to punch out, then I guess that's fine. But yeah, I would never do that here. Like there's not even any free gateways here right now, so you would miss 50. And that would suck. So anyways, get ready to go right now. We'll see what Amazon wants to do. Where are we going to get stopped out? I mean, the 50 period is now right here, so I'm fine with that. 204.20 or so break back down below. I mean, 30 cents is not that much to give this, but we didn't even go. We went as the most we went was 15 cents higher. So I'm going to put that stop in right now, man. 204. What did I say? 204.15. So let's just say if we break that, then we'll just get out of this one 100%. And this stop order right here punches out with ARCA. So just to let you guys know, but it doesn't matter. All right, so here we go. We'll wait to see if that goes up a bit higher than that. New high right there of this move, 204.65. So we're still in the money or flat on this trade. Let's see if it wants to work. I did cancel my IBIT trade because I just noticed this.
It's pulling back.
Whoops. Oh, you're long now. Okay, so this.
No, I was long the whole time.
But I mean, right at this price.
I'm still long from this time originally.
Right, okay. So falling right back into the 200 period. We'll wait to see if VWAP maybe holds. But yeah, Bitcoin kind of going the other way. We saw the high of the day there in BTC, and we turned around. So yeah, it's a good thing we didn't punch that long, but we weren't going to do that. We were going to punch if it broke that. It already showed us. Remember, it's 71s. Instead, we punched Amazon, and that's kind of doing nothing as well. So, all right, that's good for me. Make ARCA great again. Yeah, what's up, Oz?
ARCA is great.
BBAI.
No, ARCA's great.
Yeah, they're all great. I think every gateway is basically the same. It's not.
Yeah, they all have their strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, this is insane, but CoreWeave just put in a 3-minute candle that is all wick. Like you've got to be kidding. It's really dropping. The idea, like this is a green candle where we're trying to get short into 104, like the prior day low. It instantly reversed and just going right to the downside. So probably going to have to change the way that you get into this. Meaning if it breaks like 103 or like there is if I see it start to break a prior bar, you just kind of have to throw an offer in there in between the local high and try to get swept up, right? Like you can't. Like I can't do what I normally do, which is wait for it to break 104. When I see it break 104 and just try to hit it on the way back down through 104, like that's not going to work because it clearly just didn't work now on CoreWeave. So yeah, kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. Again, it's just the market's at the high and it looks like it's pretty weak. I wouldn't be surprised before we go back to IBIT. Like look at this. Look at the candle that this looks like on the daily chart. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this retesting 80s in a couple of days sometime next week. Because CoreWeave, this is the first red day it's had since breaking out that prior IPO high. So as mentioned, IBIT did come back to our price. I did add on the bottoming tail wick, so when it came back through 63.4, and it looks like it's headed back into the high. I still think if something's going to break this afternoon, well, a few things could break. The Nasdaq's trying to go. If we continue to break, I do like the look of this through the high of the day. But if we've stalled at that high every single time, so we're going to get out in front of the high and then play a hopeful like pullback off any break of that high, all-time high, I should say, on IBIT. Let's go to Satea.
There's just some news in. Apple aims to debut smart glasses by the end of 2026. This is huge and a competitor towards the Meta glasses, so stay tuned for that. Back to you.
Thanks, Satea. Yeah, we just mentioned that story, but Satea it's okay, just confirming it. That's all good. We got stopped out of Apple. I mean, I think that's what sort of sparked this move higher right there. You know, there's where sort of I feel like the story came out about 3 o'clock or so. So there's that huge move up, and not huge move, but there's the move higher there. I mean, look at the market. The market's now finally starting to pull back, but Apple kind of had that candle out of nowhere right there. But again, 2026, like. I feel like I'd have to know more about that to be able to. I'll
give you Meta didn't even move a little bit on that. So it tells me that how bullish how bullish can it be if Meta didn't even have like an algo drop?
Right.
Right? That's the thing. Like if it's the competitor on the other side of that, at least they'd pull the bid and it would drop for a little bit. But that absolutely did not happen. So, all right, this is not VWAP. It's where it bounced before on IBIT. And it's not that it's that far away, but we just got the $0.50, which really, when you think about it, like it was resistance here, and then it was support, and that's already resisting. Yeah, if we break down underneath 40, I'm in at 41, I can just get out and wait for VWAP. It makes a lot of sense. You know, get out, regroup, let it make a move into the volume-weighted average price. Bitcoin made, IBIT in this particular case, but it made a hero rally late in the day. Yeah, it was a pretty spectacular bounce. It was pretty good. Like it bounced off VWAP here at 61.4, and then you got almost to $62 before coming back in there in the aftermarket. So it did a good late rally, and if it does it at VWAP again, I'll be in it as long as it doesn't break. As long as it hasn't gotten to the high of the day. But I'll wait till the volume-weighted average price because we're a little bit away from that. So I didn't reload just there, but we're looking for that top. Then we'll go from. We'll see what happens after that. CoreWeave's still not really giving me much of anything. Here, it just did that big move up. That's a heavy candle. That's literally the biggest green candle since the morning. All right, you usually don't want to short into one of those. Yeah, change of plan. If you see the biggest green candle of the day, that's probably not the moment to go short. So I'll let this one make a second move and then go from there. And the other thing about it is this is exactly where it bounced yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, not this time, CoreWeave.
I feel like CoreWeave is a funny stuff.
How about you break this level and then we can think about it? Then we'll talk. But that's 101. It just made a $3 move in a single 3-minute candle. You need to be short going into that. Like you needed the 4 short to play down into 101, not sort of standing in front of that bad boy. Someone's saying look at Palantir. First time in a long time I haven't looked at Palantir a single time. I haven't looked at this stock once today. And yeah. Sometimes it's not that complicated.
Nope.
Palantir held yesterday's lows, trended directly into yesterday's top, and pulled back into the volume-weighted average price, and is now bouncing off the volume-weighted average price. That's pretty good. But I think we might get this break on IBIT.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going again.
Okay, that's good because
so 111.
I'm hoping that means something for Amazon.
Is the high for everybody out there that actually cares about Bitcoin proper. I see, is it really 112 exactly? I see that it is 112. Maybe it is maybe it is just actually 112. For some reason, I didn't think we broke 112, whatever that wick is. I thought it was underneath, but 61.7 on IBIT. I think it's underneath 12,000, but we'll see when we get there. I'm going to get out of position in front of the high, and then we'll work the break trade as like a separate opportunity. I think Sadiq is asking about SMR. Love SMR.
Yeah.
Go SMR. I own some. We own some. We both actually are in it. I think you have a better price than me because I bought it. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But what I like about this is you've cleanly broken this downtrend, and then the other part of it is like this crazy high up here. What I wanted to draw. Like the crazy top. Look at it. Look at where this intersects. Like your support is now on top of the all-time high downtrend. So that downtrend is now a support line. That's pretty darn bullish to consolidate and break away from. So I think next stop would be like 28. If I wasn't in this stock, I would at least be considering, well, I mean, no, I wouldn't be considering the break, because to me, like, I would be taking it here and giving it to, like, I don't know, like probably 20 bucks or something like that. So I wouldn't be taking the break on this setup. Like, I'd be taking 22s and giving it to 20 for 10% to try to get back to the highs. But I do like the setup. I think it's pretty bullish. I just don't think you want to be buying the break from a risk to reward standpoint.
All right.
Get going.
Whatever. I'll take out 5% at 57. Like, honestly, Amazon, I've just been sitting here watching this thing not going at all. I don't even want to scalp this thing out. I did put a bid to buy some 30s. We just got missed on that dip as well. A little nervous here that it hasn't gone. And not nervous is the wrong, well, nervous is the right word, but it's more just like, just concerned. I'm not nervous about the position. It's just like, why it's not going. So I thought we would be able to break this level, but we did hover here for a while and then broke 50 cents higher. It's just, we are basically, you know, a slave to the futures now, because if this doesn't break higher, we start to come back in. Amazon's not, the Pershing Square news is already out. So we'll wait to see, again, calling it a great franchise. I mean, if I hear something I didn't already know, then maybe I'd be, you know, a little bit more excited about this, but we'll have to wait to read the report after, see what some of those catalysts are exactly for Amazon right now higher. But we do know AWS is working out, Prime Video. I mean, as some of the streamers continue, Netflix continues to go higher every day, which we haven't looked at today, so don't hold me to that. But I'm trying to wait for Amazon. You know, this is getting higher. Like right now it's 204.25s. Now is the 50-period moving average. They're just churning through. It's not a lot of volume, but it's definitely enough volume. I mean, we're sitting here in a 10-cent range over the last 20 minutes since we've done this, and it's just getting to be, I don't know, like, you know how you get that feeling like something's just, nothing's happening and you're just kind of sitting here waiting to get stopped out? I don't know. I don't want to be so negative about it, but let's just wait to see. I'm going to give it a go. So you guys know that my stop right now on Amazon, 15s, so maybe that's a little bit too low, but that's what we're doing. All right, Google, nice pullback again, great pullback again on Google, hitting the scanner now down to a 200-period moving average, so 2.44% right there. Let me have a quick look at Quantum. Did we get stopped out of this one yet? No, we did not, because I'm still in it, but we are very close. Our stop is 75. You see, sometimes I didn't even really realize this because it's such a small piece now, but we've been getting out of all of this play. But huge move all the way to the upside. We did really well to hold a bunch up there, so that was pretty lucky to be able to hold that. But, you know, not getting stopped out there, we should have got out right back here. So let's put an offer now at 1908 or so. I feel like we're going to get stopped out, but, you know, if it comes back up there, you don't make that move and then right back to the 50. Look, we rejected the 50 period right there. We rejected the 50 period right there. I would say that traders, if you guys are in QBTS, I don't know what IONQ looks like, but it's probably something similar. Yeah, so it already broke the 50 period and then rejected it as well. So yeah, both of these stocks rejecting and now looking for lower. So yeah, if IONQ is a very similar level here, 45.50 right there, or 45.40 on IONQ, and then probably Rigetti, if they all kind of looking like this. We saw Nasdaq starting to head a little bit lower, and we also had noticed Google heading lower. So there's Rigetti. Rigetti might be the worst of them all. Not that it's the worst for any reason other than it's already at the 200 and looking to break, yeah, maybe the weakest so far. Looking to break back down below 1350. If you have shortable shares, this is probably a pretty good short. 1350 break, underneath the 50, underneath the 200. I like a Rigetti break of 1350. Let me just try 100 shares. Do I have to pay for that? No, yes.
Not free.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to log in.
I know. I checked and I chose D-Wave.
All right, we got some
for the locates on, but maybe that was not the right decision. We'll see. Yeah, Bitcoin is not. All right, it seemed like we were strong enough like a minute or two ago that we're imminently going to get that break, but then the market kind of pulled back a little bit, and the tape is really stalling out here. Going to back off having an offer like right in front of the high, and it's either, yeah, I got to make a decision. Like either we're getting out here into the top. I might just get out if we break down underneath this 50, or literally put it at the high of the day. I think that's the way to go. Like set the trail and give it directly to the high and then just leave it alone. That way, if it goes down to VWAP, then we're not getting out at break even. and giving it back. We can wait for the volume weighted average price, and if it gets to the high, we'll get everything on it. CoreWeave ended up pulling back, so I guess it was a good short after all. That's just how it is sometimes. And shout out to Nimrod, our good friend. Based on your experience, well, we have experience, but not in everything.
Right.
What usually happens to stocks when company files Chapter 11, example Wolf? Any future for the stock is a long or game over. My understanding is even if bailout or acquisition occurs, the stocks lose their value, diluted to death. So some say majority may be short until it vanishes, OTC maybe. Yep. Those are both things that can happen, so good answers. Good thought, brother. Wonder about this too. Good question. So it is, look, it's often the case, and I'm not saying, please do not just buy every single company that says they're going to go Chapter 11 and catches any kind of a bid. But it is very often the case that when it's the rumor before they've actually filed, or at least the first day or two after it digests the news, you can see rallies like
Come on, Amazon, you
So if you're going to, like, if you're ever going to take a shot at one of these things long, like, I didn't even look at Wolf today, which is embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed, it's fine.
No, once you see the chart, you'll understand why.
Okay.
So yesterday, remember it broke $1 and went to 80 and then regained the $1. Where do you think it bounced off the open today? $1 and, oh, now that's in the way. There you go. $1.01. So it bounced off $1, and there's your like dead cat bounce. It's short sell restricted, meaning the uptick rule is in effect, so it's more difficult for shorts to hit the bid. Well, it was a great relief rally. I don't think you want to chase this. Eventually, all things get bad. Like, after it makes the relief rally move, if it's still there tomorrow, then I'm thinking short, usually on these things. And then if it's still there on Monday, I'm thinking short. I remember we did this with...
what about Tuesday?
Well, okay, fine. You know what? First of all, Monday, not only is the market closed, I'm in Budapest. So
okay.
So, like, I'm speaking like what I would do. Like, I'm not going to be trading next week. But you guys get the idea. We did this with Bed Bath & Beyond, where at least one of us for like 10 days in a row, we were just shorting the pop every single day. And it would just make money every single. And then at the end of it, like, the big mockery was like, it was so good. It's like, well, you should have just been, if it was all you did for all your buying power on those trades, it was like the greatest thing ever, because it kept trying to go and then just failing. And eventually it did go under. So you get these little relief rallies, just don't hold on to it expecting to have some kind of long-term investment. Like, eventually you do end up either delisted or, you know, down to the OTC or whatever it might be.
Bed Bath & Beyond, that's
right.
What a crazy name.
You can get really ugly, but yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond was an example of something which you just kept trying to go and you could just short it over and over again. The longs would have some trades in there, but you just didn't want to be holding it forever.
Yeah, no, definitely not forever, ever. Okay, so you're gonna just notice here that Amazon. I'm still trying to do some work on this. We told you we were dip buying this name, and so we got it at 30, and that put our average price where it is. So now we're getting some out here. We got some 45s out. So good out for sure for me up there on Amazon. Not the greatest where we are right now. We'd like to see it continue higher, but the Nasdaq is now dropping. Definitely like it's hot, it seems like now, to the downside. So be careful here with Amazon. Our stop is still going to be at 15s. I'm going to give it a little bit more room. But yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to go, right? I mean, if you're looking at this with me, it looks like Amazon is ready to fail. So there it goes, man, as the Nasdaq goes. We said that we were sort of holding out hope that the Nasdaq would want to go, and it does not. So we're almost got stopped out there. But we'll wait to see now. We're long at 39, so it'll be, that's a 40 out, 15, 25 cent hit. Sucks for sure, but we can hold that in our account. But yeah, we got a little bit out, and by a little bit, we got like maybe 20%. You know, I was thinking that we were going to break higher. We made that move into the 50-period moving average. Oh, God. Please don't keep going down. All right, too bad. The Nasdaq's giving it up. All right, so I don't know why QBTS didn't stop out yet. Oh, wow, it's all the way back up here. Maybe that's why, Sean. All right, I got to go back over to this and get a piece out on QBTS, because why not? You made that move all the way back up to 06s right there. I'll just punch some 04s. All right, so we'll punch some 04s there. I'm also waiting at 06 in case that comes through again for us. We did go in there and pay for shorts. So if Rigetti does break 1350, we're going to get out of there. You know how much it cost me? 200 shares, just because, 6 cents. So not that expensive at all right there. All right, I'm going to take advantage of this. I just offered 204.40 there because we just went up to 204.40 on Amazon and then right back down. Look, 10 cents doesn't really matter that much, but even if you only have like 300 shares, it's still 30 or 60 bucks, 90 bucks, like just flashing in front of my face all the time. So trying to take a little bit of profit on it, but I don't know if that's going to come through or not. So that's that one. Yeah, there goes QBTS, man. We just got a 19. So look, we're just doing what we said we would do. Our stop out is right there. I was like, wow, if it gets back to the 50 period, we need to get out. Didn't even realize. I'm like, hey, the market's not doing anything. What's going on with my quantum? And there it goes, nicely played back up to the upside. Not nicely played by me, nicely played by hopefully all of you. That got longer down there as we, okay, thank you, Amazon. All right, so now I don't feel as bad. We get out of 10% more of Amazon, and we wait to see if this one wants to finally go high side. Now, come on, futures, man. Let's get some stories. Oh, I know what I can do. Here, Neil, we haven't done this in a minute.
Poke the bear?
Yeah, where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Well, there's actually a literal bear that you can poke.
Do something. All right, so now that we did that, now Amazon is supposed to go up. I mean, I don't know. I'm waiting at 46s for another 10%. Actually, it's 20% at this point now at 46.
Crap.
So that's been the highest we've gotten so far. I think we might have got a 48 or so, but it's never broken 50 since we averaged back into this. So there goes Amazon. Again, Pershing Square got my mind on this, obviously. And okay, come on, do not stop at 40. Don't stop at 45. I know it doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but I want to get that fill because I felt like we've been pretty patient waiting for that. So all right, I'm going to go to 44 then. Trick this market, haha. See if we get it. But you just see right there, right? It only 10%, but we just missed it by 1 penny. So that's kind of a little disheartening there. So let's see if we get back to the upside. We want to hold this into the close. Nasdaq still trying to go. I don't know what's going on with your IBIT.
Well. IBIT's at the same. Like, can't get past 63.6. The high is 63.7. So at this point, if it breaks 50, I'm out. If it gets to 70, I'm out in front of that. But I just tried CoreWeave to the low of the day at the 101 level. Kind of a quick one. And I want to be in it if it breaks down from here. But I also know what happens when it bounces. When it bounces from here, I'm not going to let it go like $4 or $5 on me. So I might take another shot at it. But the market, it's not really doing anything. So to get continuation on the low of the day punch at 330 is really, really tricky. I didn't want to hold on to that one too long. What is also happening was pointed out in the chat, and I was like, yeah, I still have this up. Tesla, the trend from all day long, well, not all day long, but after the opening range, and then right into yesterday's high. So you've got to stop it, you've got the top at yesterday's high, and you have the trend which is held for the entire, since about 10 o'clock. The dip after 10 o'clock was right in here, so that's your opening range in a 338. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty trend break. One that I'm going to take, but Bitcoin just crossed that 60.
Ooh,
sorry,
no man can cross
IBIT
it.
just crossed that 63.6, so it's now a few pennies away from the high of the day, which of course, like, it's an intraday all-time high. And now that Tesla's bouncing, I can move away from it and show you guys IBIT. I'm getting out in front of this and then kind of anticipating that you get one of these, like a topping tail candle, and then some kind of a dip, whether it's a small dip to buy immediately or a big dip to buy. Well, if it's a big dip, it's already 330. We probably don't get a shot at it.
Shit, it's 330 already?
Yeah, if it's a small dip, I'll try to get a small dip on any kind of a fail break, but a couple more cents on IBIT's going to be at the high of the day. Go Bitcoin. There's still a chance for Sharif, man. Like, it's very low probability because I think it's 125. Yeah, no.
His birthday's May. There's what? You can easily do
3 days.
it. Easily do it.
No, it could happen. It's just.
It was at 100,000 2 days ago.
It could happen. But if it was 120.
It just has to repeat the last 2 days.
120 would be way better. If it was 120, not 125, I'd give him a much better chance. Because I think the first major resistance is 120, not 125. All right, we just tagged. I'm just going to get out here.
I'm tired of this Amazon trade.
No, I'm the same way. I'm just getting out here. Like, we got 2 cents away from getting the top, so I'm just going to get out.
It's all good.
Look for the fail break now or the next available dip in IBIT, and we'll go back into it. You don't want to miss your chances on a level like this for sure. We'll see if it gets there. As I mentioned, Tesla, this is pretty binary. And like, at this point, the trend line also sits at 346. So it's not breaking this trend line unless it loses the 346 level. So it makes it relatively simple here. But I now have no positions, which allows me to do this. Take a quick gander at the early looks for the imbalances. Nothing. ENB's there, Enbridge is there, TAL, doesn't really matter. Nike's there, but that's only 730,000. So kind of a nothing burger. But what is not a nothing burger, Christmas just said AMC's is the high of the day, and that reminded me that
What's up, Christmas?
GameStop had just made a test of the high of the day too. Ooh.
I better make some more money. Christmas is going to be
Might be
exciting
short.
this year at my house, that's for sure. My kids have lost their damn mind. Okay, so Amazon.
That's what kids do.
Yeah, exactly. Well, at least now they're playing. My son yesterday was playing Battlefield 2042 or something for the PS5, Battlefield Earth.
Oh.
2042. We got the EA Sports all in pack. You can, I don't know if it's $10 a month or something. You can basically play every single thing in there. I didn't even know that existed. That's
Sorry, is this on the Switch?
PS5.
Oh.
My daughter wanted an NHL, so I was just like,
Yeah?
the only thing I could buy. I mean, there's no hockey on the Switch, so. All right, so here we go. All right, we said we were getting tired of Amazon. I'm not getting that tired of it. I mean, we've just been taking some profit on it. You know, thankfully, the dip buy came in, right? We almost got stopped out. Like, this is how crazy that market is. That was an 18 fill. You know, and then if that goes 2 more pennies, then we're stopped out, right? So here, let's take advantage of that, get some more 39s out right here as the market's coming back in just a little bit for us. Look, I'm sitting here at 49s. If we can get that, then we're just waiting for higher after that. Like, I'm at the high, I'm at 57. So I'm trying to get one more 50, and then we'll see about a 57, and then hopefully they release the hounds on this freaking stock, and we can get back up there to the upside, because honestly, someone's holding this thing down. Why are we just ticking down so easily and then just going up 3 pennies and ticking down 3 pennies? Like, it's nuts. There's a lot of action right now on Amazon. Volume only 29 million. It's all little baby shares in here. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of dark pools. We just got to release this thing. There's still 20 minutes before the market even closes. Before imbalances, and 30 minutes until we close. Whatever, Amazon. Do your damn thing. We only have half of that position left now. I told you we're getting a little bit frustrated with it. Okay, so Uber right there. And why? What? I didn't like this move. What the heck are you doing, Uber? Uber, still Brazilian or Blue Ocean? Oh, BL. That's what we figured out was Blue Ocean.
Blue Ocean, yeah.
So if you're trading with us here at Real Trading,
Shouldn't be at the
you
top
can trade these names on Blue Ocean. So this was $93 not that long ago. I was like, oh, we're doing well on this $93 mark right there. But just like we got out of some Snowflake, I'm wondering about trimming some of this position. We're in the money 50%, man. I mean, you guys, I traded this live with you. We've been buying Uber live, like with you guys all the time in the $66, $67 area. I think we're long around that price, 66 and change, 65 and change, 67 and change. And we never got stopped out because we didn't have a stop, but it was a little nervous when we came into this level again on tariff time. But we stopped at that exact same level of $60, and then now a huge move up as robo-taxis no longer feared, I guess. Wow, all I had to do was not go to Amazon and stop talking about it, and we actually get that fill, it looks like. Did that just go to 49? Yes, it did, look at that. All right, so we wind up getting that fill. So I'm not gonna look at it anymore. QBTS still at 19. Q's still at up here, but Q's are pushing back down in. We have stop orders for all of these things, so all good on that front. Let's just hope the market rips here into the close.
Well, we'll see. It's about to close the candle now-ish on Tesla. So Tesla just closed breaking the trend line underneath that 346. Get the $0.50, ideally. Yeah, now ARCA doesn't want it.
Uh-oh, now Amazon's going down.
Oh, ARCA, wherefore art thou, ARCA? Don't want to chase it. I want to try to get it right here at $0.50 on Tesla. The prior bar high is all the way at 346.5. So getting it around the $0.50 kind of sets it up pretty well. Ideally, the other thing too is like this candle could easily just like flash right back up, and then technically it didn't really even break the trend line. Oh, IBIT, whoa. Oh, okay.
That's so crazy. That just happened to me again.
It was, I still have the order out in Tesla, but we were just at the high of the day about to break. We're pulling back. This might be the test of VWAP here on IBIT. So a couple of things happening at the same time. IBIT is about 20 cents away or 15 cents away and dropping into the volume weighted average price. It's past 330, but there could be one last shot. Right? Tesla is not going to fill in front of 50. Gonna have to get it in front of the quarters if I can. I don't want to chase it too far, but it's still well within the pocket. Now it's really starting to fall. Ah, come on, Tesla. Breathe. It'll get back up there.
What's it doing?
Like it's not. Trust me. Like it's still flashing between 20 and 30 cents. Like, there is a chance that it can sweep you up there and still get the fill. If you chase it too far down, it's like 3:35. It's not 3 o'clock or 2:30. We have all day, all afternoon for it to get down there. Right, so I don't want to chase it too far. There it is. I just got the 30, kind of left the 35 in there and didn't chase it to the evens. So our stop's already in. Trend line is broken. Sina Shiraz.
That's too funny.
I have not looked at that Domo stock. You're not the first person that has asked about DOMO. So yeah, we're kind of locked and loaded on Tesla. I can have a look at it here. Yeah, I don't know the deal with this. I'm assuming it must have been like, what is this, report this morning? It just spiked up. But look at this. The volume picked up in like random spurts. Very, very choppy trade here. And without knowing the details, this is definitely not something you would be trading at these levels. The only thing you would be doing is holding a short off the top, or like maybe you were long from the open, like down in here, and you're just kind of, it's got a bull flag on it on a breakout, and you're just holding because it's a breakout today. But as far as an actual trade right now, just sliding back in. It's good that it's holding the dip support from the morning, but that's about it. Good luck on the daily chart. Like, this is the kind of thing, like, we're day trading. Like, if you're swing trading this, like, you're probably sitting in it just fine. Like, yeah, it's consolidating, you know, above the prior high. It's probably got roomed up here at $12.50. That's just a different story. But for the day trade, it looks pretty icky with only 20 minutes to go here. In the day, I wouldn't touch it.
That's like an official term, like icky, you know.
Well, the stickiest of the ickies.
The stickiest of the icky. Yeah, we're not talking about that, although we did have that new DEA guy announced right there. So we actually got taken out at that low for Amazon, and then it just kind of popped right back against us right there. So there's our stop there at 17s. Like, that's not even a 15 fill. So I was like, oh, no, I'm not, but we can do it. Yeah, sure. And then I just bought it back, and it went right to the upside. So we're going to use that wick. It's still 15. I don't know. We got stopped out, but we shouldn't have. There. So when that happens, we get right back in. It must have been a dark pool wick. Looks like we may get stopped out. And if you ever do get stopped out, that's fine, but you do want to use e-signal to confirm. Here goes Amazon right back down, to confirm what these wicks are exactly doing. And so there it goes to the downside now, goes Amazon. But make sure you do sign up right now. Look, man, we've done a good job getting you guys this free trial, so we want to make sure that you do take advantage of that. It is Amazon. It is Amazon. It is e-signal. Again, one of the best charting platforms out there. Great customer service, absolutely real-time, 24-hour charting. You know what? There we go. We get stopped out of Amazon. No matter the time frame they've got at 1 second charts, tick charts, you can get hooked up to all of the brokers, 50 plus brokers. I'm not sure about all of them, but that's a good number. Tweet it all out, get all of your information going there with real-time scanners. Some scanners go crazy some days, and some days they don't do anything at all. But right now, quantum names today might have been blasting off as well. Curated signals, curated scanners, everything for you. The best charting platform. I've been using it for over 20 years. Scan that QR code in front of you and grab e-signal today. So, all right. Well, I mean, look, I wish I had better news for myself, but there goes Amazon breaking lower right there today. So net, we make money on this trade, but not much. You know, it goes back to the upside there. Good thing we got one reload there. There's not much I can do other than trying to wait for the short, but you know, you can clearly see right now, there it goes, man. The TQ is now breaking lower, so we are out of that. We'll wait to see if Quantum wants to break, but I'm guessing not. So let's just hold this into the close. Maybe we get something. There goes Amazon. We should have maybe been short Apple again, but that's going to the downside. I don't have much else. Maybe we'll just watch Amazon and see what winds up happening here. Yeah, it gets crazy. Like Bitcoin, like of course, like Tesla was only like 20 or 30 cents down. And Bitcoin, if you shorted it off the high, which has been super strong as well, it's already at the volume weighted average price, but it is 338. So it's a little bit late to want to jump on that downside move. So we're just going to go with Tesla. The first bid, kind of obvious, like this will dip into 44 and then a prior high at 44 at around 11 o'clock, and then into the 42 is what we're going to target on Tesla in here. Local yokel, 17% implied move for 30 days on GME. Where'd it go? A little under 14 million in premiums there. So this is one of the things what I love about the show now. It's going to be even better when we do the Studio 8. Is when you have questions about options, Joey Options is always here. I mean, he lives here. He does? Blazers all. No, then he's got to pay some rent.
Okay, he doesn't actually live.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just being I'm just exaggerating.
Yeah, no free lunch.
Nobody's always
I mean,
here.
you get a free lunch here, but I mean, no, other than that, nothing else, Joe.
Yeah, no question that. But that said, like, obviously, like, I can tell that's significant. 17% implied move is crazy. But he'll always have access to the option chain to confirm things like that, right? Like, I can take your word for it, but I'm not sitting here looking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that at my fingertips. Well, I'm just being, we're just trying to keep it.
We're just playing around.
But at the end of the day, that's something Joe will. And just very quickly for everybody on GME, it's a strong day today, up 8%. I would caution everybody that's getting excited about AMC also going up as well, 11%. Just AMC has been distinctly different from GME for a while. So yes, this is about as good as it's looked in a while. The last time it absolutely trapped people above the 50-period moving average. Like, this looked like a really good breakout here, and it was a huge fail at the $5 level. So this one I don't believe in as much, AMC. I'm not saying don't do it. It's just the last time it tried to break out, it was a real bamboozler, whereas GME at least gives you something off that 20 level time and time again. So we just got the 44 fill on Tesla with only 10 minutes to go till the imbalances come out. Ideally, we'll be out of this before that happens, and then we can trade something for the close. It is MSCI tomorrow.
Ooh,
or no, that's month end.
Right.
I'm gonna miss that. MSCI does the rebalancing, which is a lot of big small cappers will have these changes to the index, but that's always last day of the month, not a Friday. I'm gonna miss that. It's a lot of times it's a really good trade.
Be a good trade, yeah.
Could be a good trade. Hopefully Tesla, you know what? There's no point. I had another offer in there to try and get a better price, like at a little closer to or above the $0.50. We'll cancel it now because it's already made the first move down. At this point, it's break even, or we get this move all the way down to 42. But the other side of that is if 350 hits, I might just punch out if there's an imbalance the other way.
Yeah, I mean, 341 right now. I'm still trying to watch. I mean, we got qubits on our mind. I'm going to tighten this stop up. It's the only position that we have left. Tonight we have Intuit. We have Ross Stores, a couple different plays happening. I'm actually we can quickly look back at Rigetti right now, but QBTS, how about just a 19 break, which would be good enough right now, 1897. Let's make sure it breaks it for a couple pennies there. So if we can get out of that one, we'll definitely do that coming through. Right now, that would be QBTS, so we'll see if there's any sort of a fill happening over there. We just, there it is, nice little size coming through. What's my Rigetti punch short was? Oh, that's right, Rigetti's NASDAQ. Not that close anymore, 1350. Come on, charts. Yeah, it was that break right there. We came close to doing it. We went and paid for shorts. We paid 6 cents for 200 shares. Just thought maybe if we can make a quick $100, 1350 down to 13, we would look for that. So that's going to be a play that's on, my mind right there. It looks like IBIT and Bitcoin really retracing back in. Again, are there any other big runners or anything? Oh, Weebull after hours. Oops. Weebull after hours as well. 1357. I'm getting a little bit of a headache today. I don't know. It must be. I don't do well when there's low ceiling.
There's they got a rainfall.
Yeah. And I gave my last Advil to Adara the other day. So
I'm out of my.
I told Marissa. I think she. Actually, I'm not sure. She was going to go to Costco. I'm not sure. She did go to Costco. That's right. And I told her to get some Advil there. Exactly. So yeah, get that cheap Advil there from them. No, I'm okay. Thanks. Ramin has her own medicine cabinet.
The Assassino letting us
well.
know that.
Yeah, he's like, hey, do you want me to throw you?
They covered her thing too.
Advil.
I was lied to, by the way. They still haven't broken through that wall.
Wow, Neil. Yeah, don't let them lie to you, my guy.
No, it's just that like I'm on vacation starting next
Scalp
week.
massage?
And I wanted to have some fun. Like once the hole starts getting opened, I wanted to give it some help. That's all I'm saying. It's fun to do, and if you've never done it before, then it's good. Like trading, you're out and about. Every now and then you just want to swing something and break something. It's
I said go to one of those rooms, man. Go to one of those.
You got to pay for it. This wall, they're putting a hole in that wall anyways.
Yeah, you're a rich guy. I mean, just pay for it.
Might as well. I ain't paying for no. Look, man, I can't. There's certain things on principle.
Just pay for it.
I can't say I never would, but like, come on, man. Like, I'm not.
You're not paying to tear down a wall.
No, like there's a lot of other fun activities I could do. I'll do like an escape room. We'll take the family like bowling. That's just not something that I think I'd want to do.
Don't take the family to an
escape. It's the first thing that came to mind because all of our activities are kids.
But bowling is great.
And
I love
like
bowling.
Aaron loves bowling, so like that's. Once you have kids, you begin to realize you do the things that they love, and really, you don't care because it's so much. like you get to live your childhood again. Like all the things I would only do when I was younger, like it's like, yeah, I'm doing that kind of stuff, and it's great.
Gotcha.
Go to the batting cage. That's another one.
There's no more batting cages. There's not too many batting cages.
No, like they don't do batting cages anymore. Like it's just like it'd be like a full baseball facility. Like a lot of them now. Like pure batting cages.
You pay for like an hour.
At least here, they're not the same thing. Like you go to the facility where they have everything, more or less. So different from when we were younger. Like there were at least 4 or 5 batting cages within like a half an hour of me. Now there's none that are solo batting cages.
Yeah. My kid has D&D tonight. Marissa's just messaging me. 1 hockey, 1 D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. So, yeah, so he's doing that tonight.
Get down.
No, it was something. I'll find out more about that character thing because he did the character, but then they were doing something different. So I'm not sure they did it last week. Half-elf rogue. Okay, yeah. But he was saying that there was a new book for Dungeons and Dragons, like a 2024 version or something. So he wasn't sure what they were using. So, anyways, I don't know. Just to Neil's point, like just doing whatever the kids want to do, man. Like I never did Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that. But shout out to everybody out there that does.
Nobody at our school did that.
No, that's why to me it's like it's kind of different. Like I don't really.
And we're from a time when people did that stuff.
We're from a time. I mean,
no, I'm just saying, but nobody we know did it.
Oh no! I don't try to be that old.
I knew some nerds, man. I'm one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I was never
you know yourself, but yeah. So I'm surprised that you're not in Dungeons and Dragons. Actually.
No, well, what's crazy is,
or your brother's like an animator. Like he probably was.
Well, no.
No.
We were like chess people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like chess club was.
Yeah.
The stereotypical thing that we.
Yeah, chess club's all good.
Like it was like I play every single sport. And
Amazon's tanking, by the way.
Yeah, we're coming down here. Magic the Gathering, James Dell. Back when this was like right now, anybody that's left is remote, and it's now the studio. But when this floor was full, there was a large group of Magic the Gathering players. Let's just say, like half the floor was into it. I never played it, and I don't really even understand it all that well. But yeah, some of the guys collected the cards, and they would play at lunchtime and everything. I just never really got into that kind of stuff.
Same.
But you should always look. I mean, I think having a hobby makes a lot of sense. All right, we're getting into 3. Well, I'm just saying, like I don't.
Of course.
Nothing against it. Pokemon, whatever. Like, do you? I collected baseball cards. I played chess, play sports. Do your own thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, we have 4 minutes to go. Check that. 3 minutes to go till the imbalances come out. So I've tightened my stop. Here back into, like, this is 344, that prior high. So we're either getting into 342 or this is going to break 344 to the upside on the imbalances, which there's still nothing. It's just Enbridge to buy at 1.4, Ford to buy at 1.4, which is nothing for Ford. J&J 1 million to the sell side, HPE 1 million. Those are all early looks, and that's about it. We'll see what happens in 3 minutes. Maybe the Nasdaq shows something nice here. My goodness, IBIT really dropped.
The whole market, that's what I was trying to say.
I'm just looking at, like IBIT from that, it tagged in front of the all-time high, and just that is such a good short on IBIT. Whatever. Yeah, wow, okay. It's absolutely tanking here.
Poor Sharif.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we're still at 111.
There goes QBTS.
Like, that's the thing. Like, I just showed you guys the chart of IBIT. Like, it looks really heavy, but like it just went from 111 high to 111 low. Like, come on. Like, we're all still good when you own Bitcoin. It's just if you were trading it just now and we're long, you might be a little bit peeved. So 48 now. Should be moving my stop. We're at a supply zone. All right, Gut says, we're at a supply zone and bouncing in front of the imbalances, take it out. So with only 2 minutes to go to the imbalances, you're at a supply zone anyways, which was the morning range top. So I'm just going to get out of it. Just, at 43, like you could sort of see the tape start to change a little bit there. So we'll take a shot at it. Ultimately, it's not going to get to the volume weighted average price, and we had 2/3 of what we wanted in there, but we'll take it if we can get it. It's one of those types of days where like somehow one of the better longs today was a better short up there than Tesla was. Like if I'd shorted IBIT, I would have done better than shorting Tesla.
Right.
It's just so like it's. I'm gonna look at CoreWeave right now, and it's gonna be at like $95. That's how this day is gone. No. Oh, CoreWeave just bounced off 100. I feel a little bit better about that because CoreWeave did not flush through. So I got out here for essentially like, I just didn't even give it any room on that break of the low, which was a good decision. But Tesla, I'm going to watch this just because it's got this level up here. If it's a buy imbalance, I know where I'd want to take a 355 trade. Like if it comes out of buy imbalance, I'd look for that to get paired off, like maybe drive it into the high and then try to short it again, just because we were just on that name. And like Bitcoin doesn't have imbalances, so nothing's going to happen there. So with about 30 seconds to go, I'm flat. And Mauricio Romano, I'm with you, Neil, on that short with Tesla, but you took it at 47. You're out at 43 prior level. Thanks for the years of learning. Well, that's the thing. Support and resistance, I'll tell you this right now, support and resistance is always going to get you a better price on the trade. It'll get you a better price. It'll get you a lot of times it'll get you a better stop. That's dead on. I had a line here too in the chart for a resistance level, but I still waited for confirmation because I was bungling the 40 level, which didn't work for support and resistance early. So shout out to you for that 47 trade. The buyers are starting to win there at 43, as you can see, but the imbalances are out. NVIDIA's a 3.6 to the buy side. Ford's 2.5, but you probably don't care about that.
Ford.
Open is a penny stock now, so that doesn't really matter. Plug Power is a penny stock. That's 1 million shares to buy. Rigetti is 1 million to buy.
I better get rid of that.
Rigetti is a 1 million buy imbalance. That's actually not nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Rigetti's done 156 million shares today. Okay, so about that million being a big deal on Rigetti. Rigetti's done 156 million shares today, so therefore it's a drop in the bucket. I didn't realize the volume was that big on Rigetti. I got a little excited there. I didn't realize. We're talking about less than 1% of the day's volume on that imbalance.
So you guys just super chatted for like learning lessons. I mean, I think that's another one right there. You want to make sure that you watch out for the stock and what exactly the imbalance is and what the effect is on the stock. Because just because it has a big imbalance, that's why we talk about rebalanced days, right? I mean, when there's rebalanced days, you'll have like outsized amount of shares sitting there, right? And that's when you want to get sort of greedy with what you're trying to do there on all of that. So shout out to everybody today. Thank you for all of the support. NVIDIA with the big buy, right? That's the one that really got this market going right here. So there goes NVIDIA, man. Nice play there as it continues to reach highs right now. Look at that, spiked all the way to 134 on that. And again, that's not a very big number, right? 160, but you could see the effect that it had on it. Definitely shot it back up to the upside. So 4 million shares on 160, still bucket, but you know, nice move, because you have to look at also the level too and see what kind of like momentum it has, what if it can hold that many shares, you know, like that's a big, like every one on when you look at our level twos here, every single one of these numbers is 100 shares. That's why when you see thousands or something like that, Neil and I are like, oh my God, there's like 20,000 shares. Because most of the action, and there's studies, we can easily go find this out, what the percentage of trades that go through are on dark pools, right? So, all right, let's just see. That's open doors now.
Sometimes we get reports here internally, like at Real Trading. I can't remember the last time we got one, which will tell you like over the last 2 months, the last 3 months, you know, this dark pool does the most on Nasdaq. And this dark pool, and then you get an overall percentage. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I gotta look for those again because they can be useful because it'll help you to know how to trade it and understand. Certainly, like if you're using certain gateways, you're not going to get good fills if 50% of the flow is going through dark pools. If it's like 20 to 25%, different story. You want to make sure you have a good routing key when it's 50%. So only 7 minutes to go in here. I had eyeballs on Tesla just in case it would pop back up. There was, like it did, like it bounced all the way to 344. It didn't have an imbalance, just NVIDIA did, but it did pop $1, but then is continuing right back in. So I guess there's nothing for me here. Johnny C, you're right. Weebull earnings, join Sean and Joey options after the bell because Weebull, can it make its way back to $76?
Yes, it can.
Well, I was going to say no.
Oh, no, it cannot.
But, I mean, come on. It's a $13 stock. You don't need it to go to $77 or $76. $15 would be perfectly good. I'm selfishly hoping it goes back down. I hope it tests lower so that it can be picked up in at like $11 or something like that in front of that $10 SPAC level, which is always such a good one. So like I'm not here to pontificate about the valuation. I just think it's a key level. He's not here. We got to use some school words in his.
Yeah, man.
So it's about a minute to go till you'll see some of these start to pair off. NVIDIA's still 3.3 million to the buy side if you're trading it. And with the market coming back in, it might not even need to pair. Like the market's selling it off. And there were no large imbalances, so the overall market didn't matter. NVIDIA, yeah, that's going to be insignificant. I'm going to still keep the eyeballs on Bitcoin here. I just want to see if it's going to be able to catch a bid. And where it catches the bid matters to me. Because it was a nice low right here, 62.8, and then in the afternoon it's 63. So I want to see there be supply at both those levels, because if it was a good long pretty much all day today, once it broke trend, that's one of the first things I'll look for tomorrow. But I want to see it hold some key levels here on IBIT.
Look at the market come all the way back to VWAP right now, man. 21.30 right there. Coming up after the close, Intuit, Weebull, Autodesk, which is ADSK, $2.15 expectation, $300 name for Autodesk. So we'll look for that. INTU, is it? Intuit is INT. Isn't it you?
Yeah, isn't it?
There it is. Okay,
Yeah,
it wasn't showing up until I typed in the U. There it is. Intuit also coming through today. But for me, I'm most interested in, and it's probably not going to be super exciting. Is GameStop tonight too?
No, it's high of the day.
Oh, okay. Weebull. Okay, so there's Amazon right now with only 5 minutes left. Look at that, man. Shout out to Stop Loss Gang. Because, yeah, like, you know, you don't stop out there. I don't know where you stop out, but there's the move down in the market. Shout out to Stop Loss Gang here on the TQQs right there, you know, making sure we keep some of that profit in our pocket. That's for sure. Like, all the way back in. Come on. Like, give it up for that. Nice move to the upside right there. The market's getting a little spicy, though, that's for sure. And, you know, spicy is as spicy does. Right now, everything's paired off. Uber, downside as well. Man, that's too bad. I should have got out of some of that trade as well. But Uber pushing lower. Now, only 4 minutes left in the market. All the pair-offs are starting to happen. So I would expect NVIDIA to also be NVIDIA also be making the move down. So spiked 134, now 133. Sometimes you don't get these kind of moves all afternoon, and you just get a 133 up to $1, then right down $1 again in a small amount of time. So here we go. Nice move breaking through 203 goes Amazon.
Wow, we're flushing.
Yeah, big time flush into the close. The Nasdaq's going to go red. Wow. So what's up with that heading in? Joe and I coming in 4 minutes.
Yeah, the Nasdaq is almost 100%. At this rate, the ES is already red. Tesla just dropped another $2. Bitcoin or IBIT, whichever you had me looking at, just broke the local bottom as well. So yeah, we're continuing to bleed going into the close. Like, it's not all that bad. Like, some of these names are, you know, like an example, like Tesla's up 2% and you're just pulling back into the volume weighted average price. But other names are looking a little crazier. Have to acknowledge, maybe it's just one of those days. GameStop is breaking out going into the aftermarket here, almost 10% on the day. AMC was over 10%. I'm not going to double check it. We'll just leave it here. This is worth a look tomorrow. There's no question about it. Long consolidation, finally breaking through 29 and 30. Last time it was here was a complete false break, but that all happened intraday. You're going to close up here above the 30 level this time, which is distinctly different with only 3 minutes to go. Unless something crazy happens, GameStop is going to close above these highs. Worth watching in the aftermarket, but just remember, if you think it's not that liquid now, then in about 3 or 4 minutes, it's even less liquid. So no one ever went broke taking profit here. But shout out to everyone that was long in GME, because a lot of people were talking about it. We decided we wanted to trade some IBIT and Tesla, but GME really had the juice this afternoon. Good for them.
GME is nuts. Yeah, no,
I don't trust it more than a few days. Let's just put it that way. But for now, it's looking real good.
Yeah, big shout out to everybody today. Thank you for all the likes and all the. I got to go over to the desk right now, so I'm going to get out of here. All right, so one more day with Neil. Then it's Obi and I for about a week. So Neil going to be in Budapest. So we wish him. Well, you'll be here tomorrow, so I don't know why I'm doing this now. That should be a lot of fun. And then Adara taking a couple days off as well. We hope that she's doing well and enjoying her time off. We welcome back Bears versus Bulls, man. Always missed on the stream there yesterday. So shout out to Bears versus Bulls, man. Glad to have you back, and thank you for moderating. I mean, you know, you're the. I mean, he knows he's the best. Now, maybe he doesn't know that, but we know that he's the best. That's for sure. I mean, a lot of love for him yesterday as he was not present. So big shout out to Bears versus Bulls, man. Thank you so much for everything, and he's always very kind with all
big time
everything that he requests from us. So big shout out to that. Right there.
And pretty much never takes a day off. Like, that's how it was crazy, because
I was like 2 years in a row or something.
It was, well, something like that. I think it's been literally 2 days. I think 2 days, maybe 3 in however many years this has been, which is, I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, shout out to him for sure. Yeah, everybody, it's been crazy. Oh, appreciate it. Bob the dog here. Looks like I'm going home to Hungary next week. When are you leaving? Want a personal tour guide? Well, we have some things planned already. But I'll be there, like we're going on Saturday, and I'll be there the entire week. There's actually an office for real trading out in Budapest. So I get to meet up with some people from the back office that I haven't seen in quite some time. Oh, we have less than 1 minute to go, everybody. So time is getting on here. But I don't have to worry about hitting the button for the closing bell. Why? Because it's automated. It's not automated in the morning, but you better believe it's automated here for the close. I need to, yes, we're good. We're good. We have 30 seconds to go. GameStop is absolutely flying into the highs. So congratulations to everybody that decided this afternoon that this bull market rally was fugazi and you wanted to be in meme stocks, because apparently that was the best thing that you could have done with less than 10 seconds. Well, at some point we'll get the camera off me. Satea's going to ring the bell because she's right there. Big shout out to Satea filling in some big shoes for Adara. As the market is now closed, ring it. Give it another one. Give it another ring. That's what I'm talking about. Well, that was pretty loud. That was pretty loud. See, when you get older, you start losing your hearing, and that's probably not helping. Thank you so much to Satea. Doing a great job today, and she'll be in for Adara tomorrow, and I believe, and next week as well. So filling in some big shoes. Unfortunately, you had that pullback at the end of the day, but, and there is a but, the Nasdaq closed green. So the ES didn't close green, but the Nasdaq closed green today, just ever so slightly despite that pullback. So it's kind of a mixed day because of that little bit of a dip that we had. We are expecting Weebull to have earnings after the bell tonight. They're a big one. They're not out just now. So everybody, sit back, relax. It's been a fun one, but you don't have to go anywhere. Market recap with Joey Options and Mr. Katina. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's George. And then Sean are going to bring these Weebull earnings to you and more. Go get them, boys.
On everybody, yeah, thank you for that throw, Neil. What's up, my guy? Joe, how's it going?
What's up, brother?
All right, always good, always good, always good.
Ooh,
all right, man, Intuit is out, man. Nice little
numbers.
move upside there for Intuit. Nice move higher right here. We're out. ADSK is now out. We're out. Wow. Autodesk right now, banging it out right here to the upside. $2.29, beating $2.15. So Autodesk, a nice beat there to the upside. As these numbers come in, we're going to get them to you. So $2.15. 229, 1.6 revenue as well, ADSK. Not moving that much. Raw stores out. Look at this. Not a good move right there for Raw stores. They're heading to the downside as well. But look at that. Nice little move back. Workday. Wow, how come the day Adair is not here? We like the last couple of days, there's been not too many earnings. Today, they're all flying around.
All these B-listers, I feel like, today.
B-listers, okay, yeah.
They're not A-listers, you know what I mean? They're B-listers. But we got some INTU numbers here.
Okay, let's go through them.
So we got some total revenue grew to $7.8 billion, up 15% quarter over quarter. That is, guys, increased consumer group revenue up 11% to $4 billion. And what else do we got? Credit Karma revenue $579 million, up 31% quarter over quarter there, guys. Increased GAAP operating income $3.7 billion, up 20% year over year there, Katina, man. So some good numbers. And INTU up about 2.7% here on the day, guys. Some good numbers look on INTU.
Okay, man, we like that Intuit, man. You guys saw Joe actually made a joke to me about how, am I done filing my taxes?
yeah.
So yes, we are. No, we're done. We're done.
We're done. We got them done. There we go.
We got those.
Better late than never.
Oh God, something went wrong. I'm trying to get into the chat right here for everybody, but I know it's all good. I wasn't a subscriber apparently because I wasn't logged into my account. But all right, there goes INTU, 682 and change. All right, we are brought to you. We're not brought to you by Benzinga Pro. The market recap show brought to you by ProfitX. So get into ProfitX there for sure. All right, what else is going on right now? We talked about ADSK. So there's Intuit. Good little look there, Joe.
We got some EPS numbers here as well too, Katina, man, if you want to hear
ADSK?
For INTU.
Okay, so in a second. Yeah, Autodesk right now, EPS 229 beats 215. Sales of 163 beating 161. So there's ADSK 3 bills. But what does it look like on a daily chart? Right there, taking out $300. We definitely like that one. But okay, Joe, yeah, the biggest name today, market cap reporting Intuit right now, market cap of $200 billion. What do those numbers look like? We're all the way up here, almost near all-time highs.
Adjusted EPS coming at $11.65, beats the analyst estimates of $10.91, guys. And then sales, we got a good beat here as well too, $7.75 billion, beat the 7.5 estimates there. That's what the street was looking for. A good look here in INTU.
Please don't do this, Weebull. Please don't do this. I do not. My heart is not. Yo, that was our desk right there. What's on my side here? Oh, the Aloe logo.
The
I didn't know
Aloe.
if I had.
Ooh, okay.
Are they going to be?
I see how you're going.
Are they going to be IPOing soon? Or? Oh wow,
But that's the thing. That's the issue with Nike now, because you got the Aloe on, and what do you got on? No J's on the feet. So
no, I got the today we.
So you're changing.
Whoa.
See,
No,
the landscape is changing.
We got the Yeezys.
He's a Lululemon and an Aloe guy. See you later, Nike.
The pants are Lulu, though,
The pants are
unfortunately. Yeah, and then the Yeezys. The Yeezys are like so 2020, man. I don't know when was the last time Kanye. Yeah. So anyways, okay. No, we're not talking about Kanye. All right. There it is, man. So no, what I was getting interested in here was Weebull, Joe, because I don't want this thing to run because it's kind of a name, great play by Joe on Robinhood, obviously. We've talked about that over and over again. But if we just sort of look at what Weebull's been doing, here's the IPO. It's been hovering, right? We knew it got squeezed like crazy. Everybody knew that. Not option eligible. It couldn't take much advantage of that. But we'll wait for their first ever public report, Weebull, momentarily. That's what we're waiting for as well. Anything else out that came out for you guys? Ross Stores. We talked a little bit about that.
I think that was at
Whoa, Ross Stores downside. Ross Stores gap EPS guide 140 to 155. Estimate show 165 for Weebull. So downside play there for Ross Stores, not for Weebull. They missing on their guide. What did they have early, Ross Stores? So let me show you what I'm looking through here. This is what happens. We're doing this live, man. We ain't got no producer. We don't have nothing in our, well, shout out to Brendo, but nobody in our ear right now telling us anything. So we're doing it live. There it is right there, 147 EPS versus 144. So they beat there. They also beat on sales with Ross Stores, but they guide lower. So that's the problem right now for Ross. Gap EPS guide 140 to 155 versus 165. There it is. Deckers, I guess, is out. Appoints Cynthia L. Davis as the new chair of the board. So let's go find out Deckers. Hoka. Hoka, no magic right there today as Hocus Pocus is what I thought about.
Hocus Pocus.
Seen that movie before?
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. We watched, though. That's like a... Who slapped the fail on my guy over there?
Who's that?
Oh, in a long time, he said. Yeah,
a long time. Yeah.
There's two Hocus. You even know there's two Hocus.
Listen, I'm a Halloween Town guy.
There we go.
There we go. Bang.
All right,
there we go. We made up for that one.
We're better on that one. All right, so there's Deckers, man. If you could find those numbers, Joe, that'd be good. DECK 115. We just went all the way to the downside right there. It just came out on Benzinga. So if you want to look at that one,
all right,
right there, nice move down there for Deckers. I'm hearing a beat in my ear, but what's going on with the stock? We're down quite nicely here, down 5% on Deckers. Do you have the numbers?
I got some numbers here. Full year 2025 revenue increased 16% to a record 4.9 billion there, guys. Full year 25 diluted EPS increased over 30% to a record $6.33. And share repurchase, that's what the street likes. Some share buyback authorization increased to 2.5 billion there, guys. The street likes share buybacks, that's for sure.
Unfortunately, they don't like it enough, but they do like it right there. There it is right there on Deckers. There was a company that recently did a big share buyback that kind of caught us off guard. It wasn't Amazon. Which one? Apple, no. Apple has one. Apple has one of the biggest ones on the street.
Yeah.
Google did 70 billion. AMD is what it was. Yeah, 6 to 7 billion buyback there.
What happened was in Saudi, they got the 10 billion from the Saudi,
right?
And then the next day they would do a 6 billion share buyback, right? So there you go, just funneling money into another location.
All right, Lionsgate Studio. I don't know the last thing that they've done, but here, let's go over and look at Lionsgate again. LION. Pretty nice symbol, right? Wow, okay. You know, look, I want to ask, actually, I'm going to ask Brian Shannon about this next week, who comes back from vacation. Look at Lionsgate. Can this thing pop? I mean, this thing's been getting beat up right now. Lionsgate Studios right here, adjusted EPS 21 cents, sales 107, beating. So in line with EPS, beat on the sales side of things. Lionsgate right now, what are we doing on the aftermarket? Nothing. So not much going on right now for Lionsgate. Short float only 2%. So I don't know, not much going on right there. Deckers, macro uncertainty, unknown about global trade policies is what they're saying. Oh no, just hearing in my ear, no guidance for Deckers at all. They are not releasing Deckers due to uncertainty. I feel like, Joe, more companies need to be doing that.
Yeah.
Why would you, like if you're Nike, why are you going to come out and guide?
Right.
Like you don't know what's going, I mean, first of all, Nike back into Amazon, what do you think about that?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think it makes it easier, right? I think most people, they don't want to pay shipping.
Right.
They trust Amazon. The Amazon deliveries are like next day, if not same day.
So more DTC then, direct to consumer, instead of having to go to the storefront, and you can just go now on Amazon and order what you need from Nike.
Yeah, so
I think that was a big mistake from Nike, is opening up those storefronts.
Open up the storefront?
Yeah, I don't think the brick and mortar was a great idea.
Yeah, so what Amazon, I think Nike lost the way there as well, and focusing on too much online.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that they really got hot with Foot Locker. People were lining up in Foot Lockers to get the latest drops, but then they stopped shipping them. And they were using that SNKR site, right? And so they were dropping them on there. All right, you know what was an interesting story that kind of caught me off guard? If we're missing anything, oh, you know what, Joe? What's up with that? What's up with GameStop?
What is going
GameStop is still pushing higher right now after hours. I'm not going to stop hitting the bang because there goes GameStop right now up 12%, and it is still pushing higher, guys. I feel like an idiot, not just for this, for many things, but we had talked about why was GameStop holding this $20 mark, right? There it goes, man, through the roof right now for GameStop, all the way up to 31 and change. Do we even have news on GameStop today? And I know Satya was doing a good job filling in there for Adara, but it was a tough one there today. Like, let's just say, what's going on with GameStop? Shares 5% despite the lack of company-specific news. So who knows, man? Retail enthusiasm, crypto market. Oh, yeah. So they did put Bitcoin and some Ethereum onto their balance sheet. Back in February, he posted a photo with Ryan Cohen, posted a photo with strategy chairman, obviously current chairman, Michael Saylor, meaning that they were going to put some there on their Bitcoin. They missed on their revenues and everything like that, but maybe that is exactly what's going on.
It's not, like, we've seen the move that Bitcoin's been on for the past couple of days here, Sean. I don't know why it's kind of moving out of correlation with Bitcoin now. It's kind of like a delayed reaction that we're seeing here. If that is the case, we obviously don't know that 100% to be sure.
Right.
But I mean, if it was going to be trading higher due to Bitcoin being on the balance sheet, why wasn't it participating when Bitcoin was trading higher for the past couple of days? That's just my question. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good question. I don't think GameStop has actually even officially said the amount, the price they have, the date they bought, or what. So GameStop is a very, very dangerous name to short. Because we know it's all over Wall Street bets. We know it's all over like swaggy stocks and all that kind of stuff. All the websites there. People love Reddit. You know, they love GameStop. You know, talk about Reddit. Reddit actually had a squeeze today, I thought near the end of the day, but we've already broken below that $100 mark there. Did Reddit start to go? Yeah, it was actually midday, I guess. Nice little move higher there on Reddit, 98 up to $100, and then the fade again into the end of the day there. What is Weebull? Are we out on Weebull yet? So no.
I don't see anything.
So right now we're waiting on Weebull. We still have his screen up, which is no problem there, Fabian, but if we can come over here.
And we got the Ross Stores guidance as well, too.
Yeah, I don't know if we went over the Ross Stores guidance.
I don't see too much. I don't got the numbers here just yet, guys, but trading lower after company issued Q2 EPS guidance below the street's estimates there, guys. So that could probably explain why we're getting a move to the downside here in Ross.
Yeah, no, the numbers were 147. So 147 beating 144. Sales also beating, but again, a bad guide for Ross Stores. You know, XRT is a great way to get involved with retail. Again, Amazon's a portion of this as well. So there's XRT, the retail ETF fighter ETF on that one. So today, again, you know, we did have the Marijuana Moment is a great website, and I heard in my ear as well that Donald Trump, I guess, approved a new head of the DEA, which has not necessarily said anything negative about the scheduling, Is that your trumpet? No,
Donald?
That was Donald. So right there, got the schedule. We're idiots. Got to schedule one narcotic there. So we're going to figure out where that falls for MSOS and marijuana, but up 1% today. I think if you're going to take a stab at something, this is not horrible down here at the 50-period moving average. But the problem with the space, you know, stuff that you can plant in the ground and watch it grow. I mean, I feel a little bit like, I don't know what I feel about those investments other than the fact that I'm down 98%. So that's great on some of those. What's going on with
you and I both, brother, we're down.
And thank God for Bitcoin. Or else maybe my wife, I don't know.
The good old Aurora Cannabis doing
The bank may own my house otherwise. But no, we're just playing around. Okay, so nice move down there for TAN today. Again, some of these names there with the new bill and whatnot. No one's really focused anymore on energy, especially renewable energy right there. So the solar solar names continue to get hit. This is a space where they're a very capital intensive space. So the reason why some of these names get hit, especially when we need to be, burgeoning industries, is because if the cost of capital goes up, people are less likely and companies are going to have to pay more on their debt, and it's harder to receive funding from firms to sort of explore and survive, right? And so TAN downside, FSLR also. And again, we looked at FSLR right there, nice downside play there as well for First Solar, Solar Edge and all this. They've been getting really hit lately, so we watch out for that. What is block? Data sharing ETF. I'm not even sure why this is on here, but that's down a little bit today. You know what was a great day today? Snowflake, man. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. I got out at 200, 199.50, thinking that was a pretty good out. I'm happy with it. But I'm not going to hate on that return. I'm going to get that money to work now somewhere else. But Snowflake right here on a 1-minute chart, it goes out on the high of the day. We really love stocks that report, then go out on highs. So congratulations to those of you involved with Snowflake. It looks like they're going out on the high of the day.
I did my options segment on it yesterday.
Yeah, that was a great call.
Yeah, I don't think anybody called on that one.
The thing about the options is you don't really want to play options ahead of earnings, right? It's too expensive.
Well, see, that's the volatility will be priced in, but there is strategies. That's the cool thing about options. There's multiple strategies. As long as you know what you're doing and you're aware that there's going to be an increased premium via the increase in volatility, then there's definitely a strategy that you can
Isn't it kind of like flipping coins? Because we don't
That's
know.
what it is. That's what it is. It's essentially flipping a coin. So a straddle, when we buy a call and buy a put, essentially you're just like, okay, which move is going to be larger? And hopefully that one contract completely outweighs the other one as well too. So that's the one key thing about options strategy. We got Weebull.
All right, Weebull's out.
Let's go.
You're not going to find this anywhere else, man.
Nope.
Nobody else is even talking about this right now. I have CNBC on. They're on commercial. Okay, so here we go. 14 right now for Weebull. We'll get those numbers. They're going through them in my ear. We're going to figure it out. Workday, W Day also. They're out. They're coming to the downside. We've already talked about that. You're a little late on that one, CNBC. We talked about Workday a long time. So here we go. Weebull now out. Not doing anything. So I don't know. We're going to wait. I always feel like we don't necessarily need to be involved in these companies until we turn a profit. So we're going to wait to see what Weebull's numbers look like. I don't have them yet. If anybody sees it on Twitter, let us know.
I got some numbers here, Katina.
I was going to say, you're parsing through. Let's go.
Yeah. So total revenues grew 32% year over year, guys, to 117 million, reflecting strong account and trading volume growth here. Customer assets increased 45% year over year, driven by increased customers and net deposits. So that's really key and important as well too there, guys.
All right, so yeah, I don't know. We'll wait. I want that EPS number. You don't have the EPS.
We don't got the EPS.
Okay, so we'll wait for that. I mean, I just want to see where we are as far as Weebull is concerned. But there it is right now on a 1-minute chart. I'm actually going to drop it down to a 30-minute. I'm really interested in this name, guys. I just want to do this just to see where we're coming from. So I actually want to go longer than this right now. Let's go 60 minutes. So there it is, man. There's the 200 period moving average. Just trying to see like how high we could get. We're not going to get to 18, I don't think, unless there's something that we're missing right now. But Weebull, this could be a good level right there, 1340. That's kind of where we're dancing right now, and a good level there. So we'll see about, guess what number? 16. On Weebull.
45% year over year in net deposits is really big number. That's something positive that you want to see, especially with this company like Weebull here, guys.
Okay, yeah. So again, we'll wait on Weebull, but again, sorry about that. Not much happening at all for Weebull. Did Target have a rebound day today? Yeah, up 2%. So a little bit good there. News for Target coming back today. Target's been really beat up. Look, if you can, so that's earnings, right? That's this yellow line. If we can actually take $100 now with earnings in the rear view, your boy goes.
Ooh. Stock blitz. You grabbing some?
Yeah, man.
Woo-hoo.
Going long on Target.
Hey, you're going long on Target. I was saying to Sharif the other day, I want a list of the stocks that you don't own.
Right.
Just because I know you're in so much. So that I can buy what you do own. I don't need the list of what you're in because it would be longer than what you're not in, I think.
Yeah, I'm in like 30 or 40. I'm in like 30 or 40 names. But Target would be, hey, Katina Capital initiating a buy rating right now on Target. But
increasing estimates.
But
we love it.
We're, because we're traders.
Yeah. Yeah.
The buy rating doesn't activate until we get north of $100. And right now we're at
getting the upgrade from Wilson.
Yes, not upgraded yet right now on that. Okay, there it is.
We got
holy shnikes. Got to be careful with this Weebull number, guys. I just see something not nice, as my nonna used to say. Shauna, that's a no nice. But right there, it was my brother. She always said that too, not me. No, but here it is. Look at this. EPS, 6 cents up from minus $8 year over year.
That's
so I don't know what numbers they were putting in their funding round. I'm surprised they got any funding at all if that's the number they were showing. But that might be a mistake. But anyways, the Q1 EPS that we're getting right now, negative 6 cents. All good, man. I am not trading this name long until we see a green EPS. When Robinhood turned green, all these stocks, Palantir turned green, all these stocks, bang, that was the indicator.
Well, I like this number. I mean, it's almost 100% increase over year there, Katina, man. So, I mean, you're on that trajectory. This could be a good potential buy, especially with some of these numbers here. They
are we initiating a buy on this right now? What are we doing,
There we go. Do we
We're changing this show on the fly.
Do we upgrade it as well, too? Initiate a buy program here in Weebull. But we also got the revenue, too. The company reported $117 million in sales this quarter. This is a 32% increase over sales of $88.9 million the same period last year there, guys. So there you go, buy rating.
All right, I hope, what's up, Lasmel Melendez? If you're tagging at Neil Roberts, he gone, right? So we hope that he's having a good time on the subway right now or so. So hopefully he didn't get too wet. I don't know. I went to the gym at lunchtime. It was fine.
Okay.
It was a little rainy. Little rainy.
Yeah.
You know what? I was like, and I was saying this to Marissa as I was talking to her on my way over there. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be good. There's going to be nobody here. It's raining. Who's going to take the time, go to the gym in the middle of the day when it's pouring rain? Packed.
Look at everyone. No one wants to be outside there.
Damn, you guys, get on my way. All right, so anyways, Weebull, I'm not doing much here after hours, so thank you for tuning in for Weebull, but right now we are hitting a downside play there. Let us know if you like the combo here, Joe and I. I think this is the third or fourth time. I'm having a lot of fun, so thank you, Joe, for stepping up and in on that one as you're filling in, of course, for Adara, who does this, and I'm here tomorrow as well. So, okay, here we go. That's up to you if you want to come back with me tomorrow. That'd be great, but I don't know. Friday night in the Wilson household, probably a busy one.
It is a busy one. You know what we got tomorrow, Katina, man? We got dog training. So we have on Fridays. We got to talk to Selena about this one. Friday evenings, dog training in Etobicoke. At 5. This is crazy.
Where do you live?
Know how to? I live in Liberty Village. So do you know what it's like?
Not that bad, my guy.
No, but do you know what it's like getting out of the city?
Are you doing at PetSmart? At
PetSmart.
I know.
We're doing exactly at PetSmart
or wherever.
Exactly on North Queen there.
Yeah. You know exactly where it is.
That's where we're going.
I'm there like almost every day, not at that PetSmart, but in that area.
In that area,
My daughter's going to Sherway tonight, and that's where my kid. That's a huge mall. Here, that's my kid is doing Dungeons and Dragons somewhere near there. Joe, Intuit. What do we got? Absolutely.
Still flying.
Blitzing right now goes Intuit, man. Congratulations to everybody there. If you paid taxes, did you use their software? Intuit, nice move to the high side right now. We just talked about that market cap at 190. It's 205 right now. Intuit taking some out upside right now is Intuit. Look where we are, Joe. Oh my, Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my. On a weekly chart, we are now taking out all-time highs. Bye-bye, goes all the way back to September of 21, says NSYNC. Bye to that one right there. Nice move for Intuit. Hey, someone's asking me what's the move tomorrow. What's up, Tempanada?
Ooh, what's up, Tempanada?
Not empanada.
I like empanada.
Yeah, I know. You know what I like about Joe? Do the double shot right now. Joe always does this. He's like, I like empanadas.
I like empanadas.
All right, so there it is. Thank you, Sebastian, for your kind words right there. I'm glad that I'm talented at something. I'm still waiting for what that is. Nice move there for Intuit. Again, what's the play tomorrow, says Empanada? We got to wait for a pullback. We saw that nice move for Snowflake, and I just want to talk about that. When stocks are a little bit more expensive and they come out and they have a decent, I don't want a weekly chart. Let's go to a 15-minute chart for Snowflake. So again, there's Snowflake's report yesterday. Same kind of move, right? Taking it out, getting back to those levels, a key level of $200. Well, look what happened off the open. So here's the nice move up to 199. Then it just got faded all the way until we opened up. Then the move happened, but it did give you a dip by opportunity in and around 10 o'clock. So I think for a name that's this heated right now into it, you want to really let this thing settle down. So wait for a level to develop tomorrow. Join me tomorrow at 8:30. Joseph and I and everybody will talk about Intuit. It'll be most likely on the watch list, and if not, it'll be a name. Just hop into the chat, tag us.
For sure.
And we definitely will talk about that. Just on, we're going to go over some more things here, but gold finally with a little bit of a pullback today. Still down 1%, but gold's been on a 4-day winning streak, so giving some back there today. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, all higher, and then today a little lower, giving it back 2 days. We'll watch out to see if it breaks 3 bills, right? That's going to be key for gold. It's crazy cousin silver as well, not doing as well on the daily as gold, but still near the highs. What do you draw this over here on Neil? Get rid of that. There we go. So we'll wait to see what happens right there. We all share this Trade Ideas account as you go. Looks like airlines today, Jets ETF. We don't have that much love in the ETF space today. Not that many sectors upside. Where did the Nasdaq go out? Actually, we didn't even start the day with that. So the Nasdaq finished flat on the day, 0.18. The S&P 500 also finishing roughly flat on the day, 0.2. Some of this is going to be included in the after hours move. So unfortunately,
well, the Decker's guide is out here too, and we figured this out as well too. There's no numbers necessarily, but Decker's Outdoors says, given the macroeconomic uncertainty related to the evolving global trade policies, the company will not be providing full year guidance for fiscal year 2026 at this time. And this is exactly what we expected here. So they're not going to be giving any form of guide, especially with these tariffs still looming here, guys.
Right there it is, man. We're going to do roll call in a couple minutes, but I do want to shout out this guy right there, hodling BTC right here. So he or she wants to thank Trader TV Live. It's not about the... Look, Fabian and Joe are getting really excited about your name, but I wanted to talk about this right there. Thank you for helping me tune up my game. We turned into PA into a nice chunky bag, killing it with call options on the long side. So there it is, Joe. That's for you right there, or for all of us, I guess. Taking call options on the long side. Look, I called this a bull market a couple weeks ago, still continuing to go higher, and it's not me calling it, it's just a statistic. We've been up more than 20% from the bottom. So sometimes when you're in this market, we had good friend JC Peretz on the show a couple times, and he says, we're in a bull market. You know, you got to buy stock in a bull market.
That's simple.
You know?
Right?
Fan of the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh, okay.
You an NFL guy?
Yeah, I was a Ravens guy back in the day.
Ravens guy.
Big time.
What about now? What do you mean back in the day?
Well, see, I lost my passion for football, Katina, man. I used to play in high school. I was a Ravens fan for as long as I could remember, and then I just lost it. There's too many flags, too much going on with it.
I guess you're not a fan of flag football.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I played all football, but I was in school at Guelph when the Ravens won.
Did you grow up in Guelph?
No, I didn't grow up. I went to school in Guelph.
Okay,
So I was there when the Ravens won in the 2013 Super Bowl.
Yeah, I have a couple cousins and everything living in Guelph. I really like that area. I like the West. I went to Waterloo.
Oh, you like it? I thought you didn't like it. Yeah.
No, it's Western Ontario. It's not even really at West. But
it's like the
hour,
mid. Yeah, it's like an hour
on the 401 from here.
I like Guelph. It's a good town.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I like that whole space there. I think that's the only riding where the Green Party, I believe that's where.
Wins?
They win all the time, and Guelph University known for their agriculture.
There you go. I would have known nothing about the agriculture.
What did you take?
I took underground engineering there. Yeah. Heavy equipment operating.
Well, sorry that you're with us then.
It is what it is. It is what it is, brother. We like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pull Neil from, apparently he told this story the other day, hanging signs up was what Neil was doing. And then I was just like, yo, my guy, I'm hiring traders. Come with me. And I'm glad that Neil's done that, and obviously he is as well.
We
talked about that.
Heavy equipment operating, blueprint painting, everything along
those lines. Do what you got to do, man. That is for sure. So, all right, again, thank you so much for everything today. Let's just go back over to Weebull just real quick. Again, if there's anything else on those numbers that we can find, we'll do the best for you right here. I'm going to call up the Benzinga Pro platform and just have a quick look because I just want to know if those got changed, right, Weebull, because that number looked a little there. All right, now it's changed again. So I thought I saw maybe 7 cents, but now it looks like 6 cents there, up from minus $8. So I'm not sure what that was. Year over year sales also higher. We don't see a guide here at all for Weebull. So I think that's probably a little disappointing for the street right now. So Weebull just pulling back into $13. So I wish more was being said about this Weebull move. I'm not even sure what the implied interest was on this kind of a move, but I can tell you pretty disappointing there. Look, it just goes back to where we were today, basically at the open. So Weebull pushing back down a little bit, but still a negative quarter for Weebull. It looks like the most disappointing name this morning or this afternoon will be Ross Stores. They're getting hit down 9% there on a double beat, but a poor guide. The winner of it all will be the Taxman Cometh. So Intuit winning as well, though, but still off the highs a little bit, but $722. the high 729 into it. Nicely played there to the long side. But yeah, not much else to talk about right here today. Obviously, we had a big move in Google again near the end of the day. I'm not going to go over too much because we're running into time. But Google pulled back and actually, I was going to say they went red, but they didn't because yesterday we closed out at 168, but Google closing around 170. What a nice move. I know you had this one early as well. Yeah. Nice move up to 176. And then we did have Amazon, and I'm trying not to talk too much about mega cap names. We've talked a lot about those today, but Amazon pulling back in near the end of the day. What a sad move there, right? There's that person.
Yeah, I took a couple attempts on it in the afternoon as well, too, and it just didn't want to continue with any of that stretch.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see that going right there. Thank you so much, Charlie Taff, right here in the chat saying, Sean, Katina, and Joseph, you boys are kicking ASSS as always. So thank you so much to everybody out there and everybody, whoopsies. Shake, get it back. Make sure you do have a good night. But, you know, this show's not done until we do something.
Ooh.
You know what that thing is?
Roll call.
Roll call. All right, well, let's see who's still here with us, man. We want to thank everybody for staying late one more time. And remember, we are live every single day at 8:30. So set your scanners, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you don't hit that subscribe, we send out a little notification every morning to remind you. Joe and Sharif are on every day at 11 o'clock. Neil and I from 8:30 to 11. Neil and I back again from 2 to 4. And then we rotate out here into the close. But there it is. We're brought to you by Real Trading. That's for sure. And this after show, the recap show, brought to you by Profit X. So make sure you do look in the link for that description and click it. Look in the description for the link.
Click,
Joe, is what we're doing right now.
In the description.
Chex watch. Ooh.
Chex watch.
We got a different watch today. No, we got the Breitling on today. Your watch is looking nice, man. I like that little black.
1957 Rolex.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like that one. That would be nice if that was true. But shout out to Joe, my guy. All right, we delayed it a little bit. Let's do it again. It's roll call. All right, here we go, man. A lot of people waving. Hey, Dexter. What's up, Dexter? I haven't seen you here too much lately. Hey, you get ready too, man. I'm going to be asking you for some roll calls there.
I don't have the chat up like you there, brother.
Okay, so Joe not interested in you guys. All right, what's up to Bear Slayer? Oh, Bear Slayer, my guy. Oh, Canada, right there. As we shout out to Bear Slayer as well. Tia says, hey, what's up, my guy? Or what's up to Tia saying what's up to us. Never, ever, always says shout out to us as well. He-Man with that is a Travman waving, Hodling waving again. Wall Street, this guy right here, Suricor Trader. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing all this. Is happening pretty fast.
I know my guy Mike the Rider's in there. I know Gorev's in there. I know Los Polios is in there. I don't even need to tell anything else. Pug Life. Who else do we got?
We got Bob the Dog.
Bob the
Oh,
Dog.
by the way, I did find out who owns Loblaws.
Bob blah blah.
Yeah, it's Bob blah blah. Right there. So shout out to Bob blah blah. What's up to Esky, man? I love you too. Shout out to Esky as well. Shout out to Bob as well, buying Loblaws every day. Bob blah blah. Right there. Why Not is here as well. And the philanthropist broker is here. Thank you so much. That's enough. Get rid of roll call. All right, Joe. So you've got dog training tonight.
I got tomorrow, Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay. What's the plan then for tonight?
Hockey, 7:30.
Hockey. Yeah, how's the knee? Everything's going good?
Knee's tough. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, it's been a tough go on the knee. Can't really play at 100%, but we try to just get out there and move the legs. You know?
All right. So I do this with Adair. I'm doing it with you.
All right.
All right. So we give a little pound at the end of every day, but I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
This is your Stanley Cup winner. Who is it?
Who is it?
You got to tell me.
Who is my?
This is the Stanley Cup winner. Now, who you got?
The Florida Panthers.
Edmonton.
Ooh.
All right.
So he's talking about a rematch here, guys.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Edmonton back in there. That'd be sick. Edmonton lost last night to Dallas. Shout out to the Dallas Stars, man. That Mikko Rantanen is something else, man. That guy literally. Imagine we got that deal done. Marner for Rantanen was proposed by the Leafs.
He had back-to-back hat tricks.
He had the no trade clause, Mikko Rantanen. So unfortunately,
Mitch had the no trade.
Mitch did.
Yeah, Mitch had the no trade.
And he said no. He wants to stay in Toronto.
See you later.
Now he's probably out of there. I would love that trade.
That's fine. We'll free up the cap.
He might have been in the cup. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, it's someone's birthday today. What's up, Viral86? Happy birthday to you. But yeah, Bitcoin 112. We'll see you tomorrow. For Joseph, I'm Sean. For Brendan, for Fabian, for Neil, for Sharif, for Satea, for Adara, for everybody that was here today. Thank you so much. For Ramin and Andre, we'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.
You have the option to like and subscribe. This trade has unlimited upside.